What's going on, y'all? Shottish Demon.
Daniel Emil.
Bart Hamilton.
Seem so unsure. That's your name.
It is my name.
All right.
I'm a man of many faces.
Welcome, Panel to Panel, episode 14.
To all our 4 viewers.
14.
And let's get started. Our new Ghost Rider is what we're about to talk about right now.
Wow,
Alright.
just wanted to hop right into that, didn't you?
Yeah, it's the first one on the list.
Oh, because it's this magical list.
My
Yeah, jump
magical
on
list.
that first.
It's
Do you like
alphabetical,
them?
isn't it?
No, it's not at all.
No.
Fucking list?
No, you can't.
What the?
But can we talk about our new Ghost Rider?
What's there to talk about?
Do you like them?
It was. I
You
can't
like the
judge.
story?
There was nothing good.
You like
literally
you like the
nothing
intro
happened.
Story? You like the intro story?
I mean, it was whatever to me.
So what was the intro story?
It's like new Ghost Rider.
mechanic?
He's like a Latino from East LA.
Yeah.
You know where all the Mexicans at.
Right. They gotta come from East LA for some
Apparently
goddamn
so.
reason.
They're all raised in fucking East LA. But yeah, it comes out of there. Does like the average, like, oh my gosh, he's like a walking stereotype. He's a mechanic.
Fuck, he's a mechanic.
Yeah,
Really?
he's a mechanic.
Really, Marvel? Really?
Works for this other guy. I don't know.
Gotta make him a
mechanic. Yeah.
I guess it would have been more offensive if they would have made him a gardener.
Well, I mean, you saw the car, so obviously he had some kind of mechanical background.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. He has I believe that's his brother in a wheelchair.
In a wheelchair. I want to say he's more than just in a wheelchair. I feel like he's like autistic or something.
They want to
Maybe.
make him feel like an everyday man.
They did some shooting that, man. They beat him up
Oh
in
yeah.
a wheelchair.
So
these
I guess his
gangbangers beat him
brother
up in
was
a
like
wheelchair.
going towards his job or something.
Oh,
I don't know what his brother was doing.
going somewhere.
He was close to.
And these guys
his older
was
brother.
like, yeah.
He was like, let me
whoop
see this
your
wheelchair,
ass.
son.
Wow.
God damn.
Threw
Yeah,
him out the
it was
wheelchair.
bad.
It was
And
like
then his brother
streets
came
is
out. He was
rough.
like, "The fuck you doing?"
And
they
then
started
got
fighting.
his ass
Got his ass
whooped.
whooped.
God damn.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
the
more
hero always
realistic.
has to get there.
it was very
from the
realistic
beginning.
because it was three dudes. He was
yeah,
real scrawny.
one guy. Yeah, that dude was like hella scrawny.
Yeah, he was hella scrawny.
That goes from excellent.
So if he would have whooped their ass, it would have been a problem.
Yeah. Then he was like,
it's
yo,
unrealistic.
you ain't gotta worry about it. We'll buy you some more stuff.
Yeah.
And he's making extra money. How he makes his extra money is by
Street
doing
racing.
street races.
All right.
Obviously.
So he's
Alright.
very
The extra
fucking
stereotype.
extra
Of course.
stereotype.
He's got to be street racing.
Yep, street racing mechanic, Latino, young male.
So then he won. He won the race.
Yeah.
But then the cops
I don't
came.
even know. Yeah, that was stupid. Okay, so they won the race, and for some reason his car, like, literally,
Are we skipping? I guess.
what did we skip?
I mean, how he got caught.
I mean, like
he ended up going
within the race. That happened, and then they were going. He thought he was about to win the race, and then they were like, "Yo, cops, 5-0."
He thought he was gonna get away, but he got
Yeah.
into a dead end.
Yeah, they caught him, and he's like,
not a
"All
very
right,
good-
I'm done."
He's
Yada,
not a very
yada, yada.
good driver.
Pretty much, he
Then
was like, "I
he
can't go back to
He's like,
jail
yeah.
or something."
No, he was just like, I can't go to jail because
of my brother. Yeah.
Well, fuck
They
it. I
did like
got
a flashback
I did
where
a
like
dead
his-
end. Yeah,
somebody ended up dying.
I don't know, man.
It was
It wasn't a flashback. It was just like scenarios in his head, like if he had went to jail or something.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He was like, all right, I'm done. I
Yeah.
got the car. Whatnot. They gunned his ass down.
Yeah.
Holy
They get
shit.
fucked. They just like.
Literally gunned him the fuck
So,
down.
That's probably
That's
a little
not-
bit more realistic.
I don't feel like.
I was like, it was so
So do
ridiculous.
you think that's
I was
regular
like,
cops?
What the fuck?
Do you think that was regular cops?
No,
I don't
because
think
they
it was
went
either.
specifically to the car and got something out of the truck.
Yeah,
They were like,
out
we
the car,
retrieved the package.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's why I was
It was
like,
what the fuck
Alright.
is this?
Something
So something's
went there.
And then he just like burst into fucking flames, got up, his car turned into fucking flames,
Yeah,
and
pretty
then
much.
he just drove the fuck out.
Yeah,
And
pretty
that was
much.
the end of the series. That was the end of it. Ghost Rider's over.
So in other words, they're gonna try to tell you how he got the Ghost Rider spirit.
They probably won't even
later
explain
on.
that shit.
they have
Literally, he
to.
just got it and
just saying,
fucking
"Fuck
drove
this
off.
issue."
He was
Basically.
dead.
He was dead. And he
And
was just
then
like
he
flamed.
Flame didn't even say nothing after he got the flames. Did like a little scream. Then he just roared off into the night in his vehicle.
They gotta explain how
They're
why
gonna
he got
explain
it.
it.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're going to.
It
Because there's
is.
only one way to get the Ghost Rider spirit,
Yeah.
essentially.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
They're gonna explain it.
I don't know. It was designed to hook you in to figure out why.
Yeah.
And that's probably my problem with it. It was just like, it was so bare bones.
All right. Well, okay. Now, would you say that it built up the character for this issue or not? Was this a character issue? Because I know you're looking for the action.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wasn't that. It was just like I wish it was like. The only real problem I had literally was like how he fucking got the powers.
Yeah, they could have went about it a little
because he just got the fucking
He
powers.
just got
They could have went about it a little bit.
Like, I mean, they gave you the whole back.
They
gave
stretch
you
it
the
out
story.
for 12 issues somehow.
Well, yeah.
It's gonna be 12 issues.
Normally
more,
they are.
yeah.
Normally they're about a year run to see how they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
So who knows?
So I mean, it gave you a lot of information
About him.
him and his environment,
His life and all that.
Yeah.
So maybe it was just a character building issue.
Yeah,
and they're
so
they're
then
gonna
about to get
reveal
into
how the hell he
what
got
happened.
the power
Yeah,
and whatnot.
and
Who
it's
these
also a
crooked
thing
cops
because,
are.
like, I guess, like the Johnny Blaze, he still has his powers.
Yeah,
but I think
so-
he just got those again.
Yeah, and that's
he doesn't
another
even work
thing.
for
So,
Mephisto
well,
anymore.
okay, so essentially, the devil or Mephisto is the one that gives away this
Yeah,
Ghost Rider's avenging spirit,
Yeah.
right? So, I'm guessing he can give away as many as he wants.
I would
I
guess
have
so.
no idea.
Because I
wasn't-
mean, there's already been two of
wasn't
them
it
at
him?
one
Yeah,
time.
Yeah, that's what
wasn't
I'm saying. Him and the girl, right?
Yeah.
The girl.
No, there was another guy,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
'Cause
Was
wasn't
there a girl?
Like the spirit
I don't
of
remember a
vengeance,
girl.
and then there was like the other.
Yeah, he had
Ghost
like
Maybe it was
Rider.
another guy. Maybe.
and he was like blue flames or some
Maybe he
shit
was
like
another
that.
guy. I remember some girl took his spot though. Yeah,
Possibly.
some girl.
I
Some girl took his
I would
spot.
keep up with Ghost Rider. I don't
Some
know.
girl took his spot. It was. I wish I
Like
remember
I said,
where I
I
read it.
don't know because I don't keep up with Ghost Rider.
Well,
But anyway,
That
I would
happened.
like to see where this goes.
Yeah, it kind of just draws you in so you can read the next one. I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
like the hook is like, yo, we got something unexplained going on. Buy the next volume and figure out. It was like,
how else are they gonna get you to pick it up again?
Of course.
well, they could have did a better.
tell you the whole
they
story
could have
in
did a
one.
better story. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
They could have fleshed
appreciate-
out him getting the powers and like those. I mean, not fleshed it out, but like somehow, kind of explain in two
I mean, like
pages.
literally.
Maybe.
I mean, like
Not-
the thing was like, I
not
guess
the
like
whole thing.
to me, like it just seemed his character didn't really appeal. He was like really, really generic.
No, it was a generic character.
I mean,
yeah,
because
that's
he
kind
literally had every
from the way
trope from
you
like
guys are
every
explaining it.
kind of stereotype you can have, and they threw it in one guy.
And there was a girl. Her
Yeah.
name was Alejandra,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know I wasn't tripping.
and this guy name is Robbie Reyes.
Yeah,
Robert Reyes or
Reyes.
Roberto Reyes.
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like that,
Robbie.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
I mean, shit. Surprised he just gunned his ass down like that though.
Yeah,
So-
that was the only
So
thing
yeah,
I
so
just
there's gonna be
totally
like
did not
some sort of
expect.
crooked cops thing going
So we
on
done
here.
with this issue. Yeah, we just go.
Hold on,
I mean,
I'm
like
gonna
I
look
could
up-
talk about the artwork. The artwork was kind of.
The artwork was good. I liked it.
I don't know. It was a little
Okay,
weird.
I know
It
what
was
you're talking
alright,
about now.
But now it's like
So- The Alejandra chick, she's a Nicaraguan woman,
yeah.
and she got the power and the fear itself.
Fear
so-
Itself. That's what it was.
I never read Fear Itself.
It's good.
I don't think
Fear
I
Itself
read it.
is good.
I think I read it because I
It's a
didn't see anything
lot.
about Spider-Man.
It's a lot. I can't remember.
I don't think
What?
there was
The
any-
Spider-Man
I don't think there
thing
was
going on in Fear
Fear
Itself. No,
Itself.
it was. It should have been.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I think everybody was in
because
it.
all I
Because
saw
it was
like,
about
there was
everybody.
one for,
It
like,
affected everybody.
Mhm.
So, I mean, go back and look for it, man.
I mean, I can, but I'm not. Whatever. Fear Itself was so far behind me. It's like no.
Yeah, it's a while back.
Like, I might as well just go ahead and read all seven.
You know what?
issues,
Here's a
Spider-Man.
good question. Now I was thinking about that. Mephisto is not technically the devil, right? In the
He
Marvel
is
universe.
not.
Is
He's not.
just.
And he a devil? Like, he
He-
holds a certain section of...
Yeah, well, they call him an archdemon.
Yeah.
So he's like almost like an
Really
archangel.
powerful.
He's an archdemon.
Okay.
So he's like
really, really
right hand man of the actual.
And he
devil.
plays a lot of roles.
Yeah, a lot.
outside of just like Ghost Rider too. Because I'm about to segue into this now since you just threw Mephisto in there. Revolutionary War. That is also
Okay.
ended. And
You've been reading that one?
Well, yeah, I read the whole thing.
So it just ended?
Yeah, Omega was the last issue, whatnot. I mean, I could probably give you like an overview of the whole.
You could if you want to. But you just talking about the last issue. And not yawn. Sleepy.
Yeah.
Stop watching Once Upon a Time.
We can talk about that in a minute.
He's gonna do it all in one sitting.
Yeah, I can do that. I guess some things don't sink in when you do it. But it's like, I left on something that was pretty weird. So, but that's another. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Revolutionary War.
Yeah, we'll get to everything.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Revolutionary War was the return of Marvel UK.
That's that British Marvel line.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why I don't remember it.
Yeah, they brought back some of the best of the British Marvel line. Some of the people.
Like,
and
yeah, Captain Britain. That's the only one I remember.
The greatest.
Oh yeah, it's weird. I mean, like they had their run and like.
So how is Mephisto tying this? How is Mephisto tying?
Because he played with one of the characters they brought back, a woman named Dark Angel.
Okay.
And he essentially has her under contract, kind of like with the Ghost Rider thing.
Okay.
She had to go, take out and retrieve demons or whatnot, send them back to hell, or do his
Who
bidding
is
and
this
whatnot.
son of a bitch where he can make contracts without the devil ever being around?
He's
just his own guy. He's just like, fuck that guy, I can do what I want.
This is your responsibility.
And he
don't mess with me.
Exactly.
And anyway, it starts up with an ancient company coming back called, I think it's like Mice Tech or something like that. It's like this mystical cult or something in the UK Marvel universe. They were big there. They came back after generations, I don't know, and they're about to try to take over London again.
Yeah.
So after the last big war they had, they lost a couple of people from the Marvel UK verse, and a few only survived. So Captain Britain's like, all right, well, we need to go team up with. We need to go ahead and take this problem on or whatnot.
Right.
And Shield gets involved, so they send in some of their Shield agents, to help the British to get prepared to fight Mice Tech, essentially. A bunch of the enemies and whatnot. Long story short, Captain Britain gets knocked out and taken by this character known as Death's Head 2. Death's Head 2 is, he was in some of the old X-Men issues. So, I don't know, you probably would know him.
No, I don't.
Death Head 2?
Death's Head 2.
I feel like I heard that name before, though.
Yeah. Well, you probably heard Death's Head 1, because Death's Head 1 was in there.
Is that really his name?
Yes, Death's
Like, I just can't call him Death's Head.
Death's.
But I have to put 2 in there.
There's a 2, there's a 1.
1.
There was 3 1. There's a 3.0 at one point.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, he was there. He's one of the more popular characters out of that series also.
Not great.
Then they went after they went off, talked about what happened with that, because he's a bounty hunter, so he does pretty much everything for money. He caught him. Captain Britain was like, yo, betrayal. What is this? Thought you was helping. He's like, yo, I got a plan. Don't worry about it anyway. That happens. So they go on the Dark Angel and talk about her, and she basically made another contract with Mephisto about protecting the village she's around and whatnot, because Psycho Raps came back, which is an enemy of Mice Tech. So they're like foot soldiers and whatnot. They came back through her. She's like, I don't have enough to protect everybody, so I need more power to get.
Yep, loud noise.
Yeah. Ain't talking about I don't hear anything.
Talk about redoing her contract.
Right.
It was like, all right, cool, I'll help you. Well, the way she could save the village or whatnot was to essentially give up her powers or whatnot. Gosh, this is
They
so much
really
noise.
did something about that
moments.
construction crew around there.
Jim, so would you
That was
recommend?
really interesting.
Would you
Would
you recommend us reading?
I mean,
Revolutionary War?
it's 8 story. It's 8 issues. They're all named different things. You got Revolution.
Yeah, I know it
War,
was
type of
different characters,
There's
points of view, right?
Yeah, I mean, Because honestly, when I read it, I was like, all right, cool. This is some new guys or some people from the past to get another shot.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you think they're gonna keep the UK issue going?
I have no idea because literally the end of it, one dies. Well, actually no, 5 or like 7 died because there was like one group. It was like 4 of them. They literally all died. There was the Knights of Templar and the Round Table. I don't know what happened to those guys.
No shit.
Yeah, right?
No, I don't. Knights of the Round, Knights of Pendragon. Yeah, Knights of Pendragon, not Temple. What the fuck?
Yeah,
they were there. I don't know what the fuck happened to them. The only characters I really was interested in anyway of the whole series was like Motormouth, and because I knew about that character beforehand, and she was still Motormouth, but she wasn't the same Motormouth because she went from like this spunky like teenage potty mouth chick to like this average potty mouth woman. average potty mouth woman.
You're everyday, bro.
With 2 kids.
With 2 kids.
Yeah, she got hit rough.
So
and then like Dark Angel, she lost her powers like because Mephisto like essentially did some bullshit where you're not really specific on what he wants in his deal.
You know how contracts work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it benefits him.
All of us are cell phone bill right
somehow. I mean, like they eventually stopped Mice Tech and whatever.
Okay.
That was really bad.
It's just not good.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but like
it could have been better.
It didn't really hold my interest like after a point. Like,
but you was reading it just.
I was reading it to finish.
Yeah.
Because it was like, all right, it's all right. Because I was really looking forward to the Motorhead or Motormouth issue, and I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. But like Motormouth, she was okay. It was a good issue in my opinion. Dark Angels was kind of Death's Head 2, his was good. Knights of the Pendragon, I really don't even know what the fuck happened on that one. The Super Soldiers, that's the one where everybody died.
Well, shit.
What other one am I missing? There was another one. It was before Omega. I can't remember what the name is.
Whatever. We're going to the next one.
But yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, if you want, you can check it out. It's not extremely bad, but, like, probably it has a lot of action in it. If you're not really familiar with London lingo and everything.
So if you're not familiar with it at all, it doesn't have any memorable characters.
Yeah, really. I mean, like, the only person I can think of that have crossed over into the main universe, I think, like, in fact, I think every character in there, except maybe, like, Super Soldiers and Knights of the Pendragon, have been in the main Marvel universe. Because there's Peter Wisdom. I don't know if you know Peter Wisdom. No. If you knew anything about MI-13 or the group they had over there.
I think there was a small crossover one time with X-Force. You remember it had to have been Volume 2 whenever Psylocke took over and she had Phantom X. Well, not Psylocke didn't take over, but the whole Phantom X saga was going on where he was being tried. Yeah. Okay. Didn't they have something to do with that? Weren't they part of it somehow?
It's been so long since X-Force.
Because they didn't make, like...
It's like the beginning of X-Force.
Yeah.
Because, they don't really make too much mention of, like, the main Marvel universe. The only thing they really do mention for that is, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. Since they had, like, some people from S.H.I.E.L.D. come over. Yeah. Other than that, like...
Well, obviously, read it if you want to read it. Read it if you don't.
All 8 issues out. If you want, you can read it, but... Don't expect.
Otherwise, it's kind of
yeah. I mean, like if you're not familiar with them before, if you want to get to know them, you can try it. But like, if you don't know anything about these characters beforehand,
just forget it.
Unless you're curious, that's essentially what I was.
Well, let's hop over to Survive 1.
I didn't read that.
The Ultimate Universe. Psalms.
I did not read that.
I read it. So I'm talking about it.
All right. Did you
You
read Capitalism?
Huh?
Did you read Capitalism?
No, and I'm gonna go back and read it.
I guess you need to go read Capitalism before you read Survive.
No.
Yeah, because Capitalism is directly the result of...
All right. Cataclysm, Survive.
Yeah, Cataclysm.
After the events of Cataclysm.
Read that.
In all intents and purposes, this issue was everybody dealing with Cap's death.
Yeah.
Captain America dies.
Right.
Okay.
Who knows how?
Again.
He dies. Re-Cataclysm.
Cataclysm.
Re-Cataclysm.
Yeah.
He dies in Cataclysm.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, he dies again.
But
this
Ultimate
time,
Universe.
he's not coming back.
Oh, no,
They
nobody
specifically-
comes back in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, Ultimate Universe, you
Nobody.
stay dead.
Yeah.
Well, no, they were talking. No,
R.I.P.
okay,
Peter.
so they were giving his eulogy and stuff.
R.I.P. Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, that comes out today too. 200.
Yeah, but
issue 200
it's
of Ultimate.
Miles.
No, it's Peter. It's Peter on the front.
Peter's dead.
I don't know what they're doing. Peter's on the front cover. I don't
He's
know.
just on it, that's it.
Shut up.
He's dead.
It's Morales. It's gotta be Morales.
Yeah, it is
on there.
Morales. He's dead.
They were giving Cap's eulogy,
Uh-huh.
and Tony came up there and talked, and he was all sad about it. Like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like, the younger generation of superheroes is gonna have to take over. Because he's like, I don't see how I can do it without Cap. So he pretty much just gave up.
Right.
Doing stuff. So,
He doesn't even like Cap.
What? Can't do nothing without Cap.
He doesn't even like him.
He doesn't even like him.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's what he said. He was tearing. He was like, I can't. I just want Cap to just...
After everything they went through with Extinction, and they almost got wiped out then.
I guess.
And then with Cataclysm now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so then that happens, and then at the end of the issue, who was that came up and talked to him? God damn it, I forgot her name.
Yeah. Forgot.
Basically, short and simple, they're making a new group of superheroes, which would be, if in
A
a
new
sense,
Avengers, sort of.
it would
So
be
what happened
Cloak and
to
Dagger,
Galactus?
Spider-Man. Who? What happened to who?
Galactus.
They defeated him. I didn't read Cataclysm. How the fuck would I know? How about you read Cataclysm and find out?
You need to.
How about you read it and find out? And we'll talk about it next week. I got other shit to read.
They defeated him.
No, nothing.
Cloak and Dagger, Spider-Man,
Miles Morales.
some other characters. They making a new group in Avengers, and they want Tony to
lead.
Read it. Survive is gonna be good.
I guess
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a new group. I like
I
Cloak
thought
and
the
Dagger.
Ultimate Universe was done.
I like Cloak and Dagger.
See, the thing is, what I like about the Ultimate Universe is that it looks nothing like the canon universe.
But the thing
Nothing.
was, I thought Cataclysm was the merging of them going to the main universe.
No. Well, I mean, that's what we
Galactus
thought.
crossed.
Over,
Yeah. And then they had the shit with, like, Infinity going all over the fucking place where it was just causing all fucks and ruckuses.
Are you pulling up the Survive stuff?
No, I'm pulling up what happened to Galactus.
Oh. Well, I'm about to skip over.
Because what I like
Cloak and
about...
Dagger. That's my group.
Is
I
your
love
group?
them.
You've only seen,
Love
like,
Cloak
one
and Dagger.
thing with Cloak and Dagger.
I love Cloak and Dagger.
You've seen one thing. You're not going to like the writer's interpretation, so...
I like Cloak and Dagger. I already like the interpretation of it, so
No.
because I was reading it in Spider-Man, so it's cool.
Whatever.
Iron Patriot 1 came out.
Yeah.
Alright, I know
Did
what
you
they
read
did with
That was-
Galactus.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Did you read it?
What?
Iron
I read
Patriot?
Iron Patriot.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Yeah.
I was just like,
that
eh.
great?
If you like, if you like Rhodey, read it for
if
Rhodey.
you want to read about Black Iron Man,
Yeah.
go for
Hey.
it.
There's
Pretty
people
much-
out there that might like Black Iron
Pretty
Man.
I mean,
much.
it's not like,
Pretty much what he said was he's done doing stuff overseas.
Yeah,
he wants to stay home.
stay neutral.
and-
He dropped the War Machine to be Iron Patriot. So Iron
so he
Patriot
can stay
is basically America's, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Again, since Iron Man's where the fuck knows.
So pretty much he's doing everything domestically. Like
Yeah.
unless it's search and rescue.
He's Iron Man.
He will go over in other countries.
He's Iron Man.
Iron Man is going to be staying in America no matter what.
No matter what.
Iron Patriot is Iron Man now.
Because we don't know where Iron Man's at.
Iron Man is soul searching.
Yeah, he is doing some weird
Where?
shit with him. He's
the
on
fuck
some
knows?
other shit.
Tony is
with
gone.
his brother and
accounting the Uncanny Avengers, but we'll get to that in a second.
Y'all will get to that.
That isn't even.
We'll get to that later.
We can talk about that now. So, Uncanny Avengers,
like,
Planet X.
Read Iron Patriot, yeah.
Yeah, read it. Uncanny Avengers, Planet X. Yeah.
So it's essentially.
It's a whole.
You haven't read it yet?
It's
damn it.
That has to be an alternate timeline.
What? No. What I think it is.
So you think it's... Hold on. Let me ask you this question.
What?
You think it's in the future or it's in the past?
It's an alternate timeline.
It's got,
just a whole alternate timeline.
It's
got to be in the future, too. Because...
It has to be in the past.
No.
It has to because when they had it, they still had superiors.
No. Because in this one, they have Hank and Janet. I mean, not Hank and Janet, but Havoc and Wasp has a little girl.
Yeah.
So it's got to be in the future.
But that happened, that's a whole other alternate timeline.
But this is something you got to remember, right? So the only way
who's to say
twins,
that this all probably won't be reverted if they do get them back to the...
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This has to be its own little pocket of time-space. Because if you remember, the Apocalypse Twins had to create like this tachyon generator or this tachyon dam to block time from being able to get to them. And then they went over to this Planet X, which they never explained how they got this Planet X. They never explained
Scarlet
shit.
Witch put them there.
Huh?
She made it. And she put them there.
No, they were talking about like they had Planet X. They knew Planet X was there already. They were just they were just using her to transfer all mutants over there. So yeah, so in this issue, you find out that they were all on Planet X now. Yeah. Only mutants. So and this has to be in the future. Yeah, this has to be in the future because we're talking about an entire planet filled with all kinds of mutants now.
Yeah. And even have like Magneto there.
Magneto. He's in X-Force or a group called X-Force. So
people doing whatever.
Yeah. So now he's like a law enforcement. And a mutant law enforcer, and now
is everything going right on Planet X?
Well, that's just it. Everything is amongst all the mutants.
Yeah,
everything is going right.
Right.
It's a world, but the humans are gone. They're extinct.
Yeah, they're done.
Out of the picture, man.
Yeah,
and so the only human that's alive now is Janet. And their little girl.
Yeah.
Their little girl was...
So that's the problem. Is that what the problem is?
Well, Havoc is like...
They want to get rid of Janet. That's what they want.
And
they don't
Havoc
really care for
wants
they'll just lock them away.
Havoc kind of wants to correct what the Avengers did wrong.
Yeah.
He wants... Essentially, he wants to bring the human world back. And he wants humans and mutants to coexist. Yes. And like Magneto is telling him, why the hell do you want to go back to that?
Yeah.
That was hell for us, and you want to go back. And so, and like, and the
it's
mutants
not just them either. I mean, like, it's who is it? It's like him, Beast.
Beast. It was just him, Beast, Janet, and the little girl. And they're the only ones in this rebellion. Faction.
Well, damn, they
and he's running out of... Who was it? She ran out of power.
Yeah, like she only had so many Hank Pym particles to use.
So she's pretty much done.
Yeah, and so the only one who has... Well, the other thing I found that was interesting is that on this planet, all the mutants who didn't have their powers anymore now have their powers again.
Yeah.
So
if you was a mutant, you lost your powers, you were still getting... taken to that planet.
Yeah,
and
essentially.
Revived.
Yeah. Because apparently... Because apparently...
Don't mean revived as powers revived.
Yeah, because the only thing I can understand, because whenever you read, like, House of M, and all the mutants lost their powers, they didn't lose the way they looked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They just lost their powers. Okay. So it was like a power suppressor type deal. So they still have the mutant gene, they just can't use their ability, I guess.
Right.
So... Yeah, I guess whenever the mutants did get transported, they all got their powers back by someone.
So reverse the House of M, huh?
Yeah, essentially it's a reverse of House of M. But the thing is, it's like, who are you today?
Bart.
Yeah, it's like Bart said.
Bart Simpson?
You could call me Dr. Hamilton also.
I'll go with Bart.
I prefer Dr. Hamilton all day.
But it's like Bart said, see, is that this can be taking place in its own little space-time pocket.
Yeah.
Because, like I said,
what doesn't?
Yeah, what
like
doesn't? Yeah, especially with what happened. There's no way that could happen in the main universe. Yeah. There's no way.
I think it's a multiverse.
Taking whatchamacallit.
I think it's... and
it could be. It could be, because you saw what happened at the end.
Yeah.
You saw who came back.
Well, no, the thing about that is weird also.
Well, hold on. Okay, all
I'll
right.
just tell you anyway. Kang came back with, like, Kang the Conqueror.
Okay.
He came back with, like, 5 other people from 5 different timelines.
No.
Yeah,
these are people came back from.
No, these are all people from different timelines in the future.
No,
yeah.
No, these are people. The group that I saw was the exact same. I don't know if any of y'all remember. Remember whenever Alex Ross did Universe X with the X-Men and all the Avengers, and these were an alternate time universe in the far future, and they had like the Carnage Spider-Woman that they showed at the end of the...
Are you talking about Venom?
Venom. They had Iron Man, who's got those weird-ass gears for shoulders. Yeah, that was like fucking almost... Man, it had to have been like 10 years ago.
They essentially assembled like a new... Kang assembled a new Avengers team. Ripped from like different people from different time periods in the future.
And, this is going to be like from an alternate timeline. Venom...
2030. Yeah. Doom 299.
Okay.
Who was it? There was an Iron Man.
There
was some chick that I have no idea. She just looked like a regular woman.
Yeah, with a suit on, right?
Yeah. I didn't know who she was. They had Thor.
So apparently Thor's still around.
Yeah.
Thor just ran away and let the world explode. That's what that motherfucker.
He's like, I can't save this.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
See ya.
Take my girlfriend with me.
Exactly.
Nope. She ain't make it.
That son of a bitch.
It sounds interesting, man.
So they have
that. You gotta read it.
It's
interesting.
They look like they're about to have that big resistance they want.
Yeah. When 20 come out, I'll read from 1 to 20.
Eventually you'll read it.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, oh man, y'all should really read this. Uncanny Avengers. We're gonna be like, bro, we're already like
we're already up
there.
Yeah. Should have been there.
I finished that Wonder Woman.
You finished
you finished it.
It was good.
All right.
It was good. I'm ready to see
Waiting
the
on
war
that 30.
Firstborn.
That ain't happening.
That's gonna be the new creative team too, so that's gonna be interesting.
That is
what happens.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Firstborn.
See that.
All right.
Running shit.
Hell yeah. You saw what he can fucking do with his veins and shit? I don't even know what that was about.
Yeah, alright, buddy.
I was surprised Apollo gave back her power in a sense. Sacrificed himself, I guess. He's like, well, I can't survive.
I had my ass whipped. That's it.
Yeah, he thought he was going to take him out. That's why he did it. And then that didn't happen.
He had his ass handled.
What's next on my list? Origin 4?
Origin 4.
It was good.
I liked it. It revealed...
Some relationships.
It revealed some relationships.
Which I'm still think he mad as shit for some reason. Sabretooth. Because he's a creeper.
Sabretooth?
Well, Sabretooth.
How you watching him just fuck across the street
on
the top of a building?
That's what he does.
Come on now. Come here.
He's like, I gotta be
and
watching
she was acting
all day.
weird about it. She was acting weird about it. Because she was like... Because Wolverine was like, what about Sabretooth? She was like, I'll tell you about it later.
We're not a thing, but I'll tell you about that later. Yeah. It's just...
You could have just said, nah, that's my brother. It's cool.
See,
but sometimes you like kissing shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't understand.
Wait, did he kiss her?
I swore they were dating. Because I thought they were a couple. Sabretooth and the girl.
And the girl, right.
Apparently she has no name.
What's her name? Clara? Claire?
Maybe. Who knows?
Clara? Something like that. But yeah,
the girl.
Yeah, the girl. The girl that Two-Face there. That's what I'm gonna call her.
Oh, Two-Face.
Yeah, the Two-Face.
So yeah, I thought they were dating because he was like, I don't want you to be with Wolverine. That was what, issue 2, 3.
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
And then she was like, no, it's not like that. It's not gonna happen. Obviously, it happened.
And then it happened. But
you can't resist Wolverine.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
Especially young Wolverine, right?
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
But here's the thing, though. So she's Sabretooth's sister, which means she's gotta be a mutant like him. She may not be a mutant.
Guess so.
But here's the thing. All right, so if you know the mythology behind,
that? Like, they're not mutants.
Yeah, they're not really mutants. They're like a whole other species, and that's what I'm about to say. If you look into the mythology of it all, why Sabretooth is always going, and maybe this is just icing on top of the cake for that whole relationship between Sabretooth and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Maybe that's gonna be because we already know that the reason they're constantly fighting is like multi-tiered, right?
Yeah.
They've been fighting apparently in different lives for fucking eons, apparently. But not only that, but Sabretooth is constantly trying to kill him because, well, he wants to expose Wolverine as an animal like he is.
Yeah.
But now if you top this on top of that, hey, you fucked and then killed my sister.
Well, yeah, that's what I was confused about it because
she's not dead.
Obviously, that she's not dead.
Yeah.
But then I swore Sabretooth saw the death of his sister by Wolverine.
No, I don't think he saw it.
Think he saw it?
No, because with
scene?
because with that big ass fight that's happening,
I guess so.
I mean, he saw people go into that apartment, sure, but eventually he
But,
got into the apartment.
Think about it. If you saw your sister on the floor dead, and you look at her, and there's no bullet wounds, but just like 3 like, I'd be like, hold on,
but
wait.
he didn't even look.
He didn't look.
No, he did. He did. He went up to her and he was like, no, and then
I don't remember.
And then,
but then, like, come on.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
Here's my
Pull
thing.
out your claws right quick. Hold on.
Here's my thing. In every Wolverine story, like, what are Wolverine's claws made of to where he just could stab somebody one time and they're
dead.
I'm dead.
Instantly.
And it's like you see
no
like,
vital organs.
Yeah, everywhere else in the Marvel universe is like people have their entire stomach completely removed, and these motherfuckers will survive it. But you get stabbed once from Wolverine, and that's it. That's it.
Like
that's curtains for you, buddy.
Extra cuts inside. So
like it goes in, the bone grows out.
Right, and it takes out your heart or some shit. Or either that, or Wolverine is like the most prestige, like he's got like precise stabbing abilities. Like he can get you in the heart, even if he isn't trying to get you in the heart.
Oh man!
But yeah, it's good. We got one more.
Yeah.
The last one.
There's only one more.
Are they going up to 6?
I don't know. Maybe
not.
I need to see. They are going to. It just says 4. They don't even say. God damn them. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe we get 2 more. Who knows?
There may be a couple of them.
Maybe we get 1 more.
Yeah.
Maybe we get no more.
No more.
It's done.
I doubt it.
It's done.
It's done right there.
They just said read the next issue.
It's gonna be Wolverine and Sabretooth buddy cops.
Yeah, it's like good comeback or good wolf bad wolf. Yeah.
Right.
X Factor.
X Factor 5.
Alright, so how was that? What was that about? What's happening?
I was supposed to relook this up because I forgot the dude's name they was fighting at the end. I don't know if you read it. You forgot it too.
And it wasn't all that great.
It was just
so
like
the company was trying to buy out this guy.
Oh yeah, I don't remember what his name is either, but he's like a computer. Or
he's some android cyborg.
Yeah.
But anyway, this issue was based around Danger. In a sense, because Danger was like coming back, trying to figure out
what she's gonna do into the group and everything.
Because she doesn't have all of her human emotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's trying to regain that.
Yeah. And then she's calling shit out. And like
so earlier she was staring at Gambit while he was asleep. That's what I just showed you.
Yeah.
He had woke up. I thought my phone was asleep.
And you were like, it's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. He gonna play.
Bradley Cooper.
He gonna play whatchamacallit. He gonna be Rocket Raccoon.
He gonna be Rocket Raccoon.
I mean, he can
Cooper's
do it.
not invading my Marvel universe.
He could.
He could.
Because, Raccoon's a raccoon and Bradley Cooper's a man.
He doesn't have a Louisiana accent.
He can pull it off.
No, he can't.
Whatever.
He
you
can learn
can't pull off Baton Rouge.
Shut up.
I seen people pull off Baton Rouge, man.
He pulls off.
Not him.
Regardless of the fact, he looks like Gambit.
Whoa, hold on. He's fluent in French. Fluent.
We don't need French.
That's what it is, man.
It ain't all French.
Well, yeah, it's a little bit of English.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's like
he ain't got that accent.
It's like country English French.
Can I finish this issue?
It's country French.
Can I finish this issue?
He doesn't speak country French.
So the rest of the issue,
American country French.
Danger's trying to figure out where the fuck she fits in with the group, basically.
Right.
So somebody was doing something. Oh, she caught Quicksilver in a lie.
Yeah.
That
shouldn't be surprising.
She was like,
well, I mean,
you wasn't in the restroom because he's going back and forth to have it.
Yeah.
She's
like, your heart rate went up. He's like, oh, you tripping? She's like, nah, I know I'm right.
Yeah,
and she's like, okay, maybe I am wrong. Yeah. And then she called, like, what is it? She called the boss and the secretary.
Oh, the secretary and the boss having an affair.
And then she called. She was like, yo, you smell like... She's like, what? Nah, you crazy. You tripping. She's
like, hold on.
Nah.
Hold on. This is the second time today that I'm wrong, and I know I'm right.
Yeah, I know
and then something else happened. Oh, okay, so when she met the boss. So all they came in first. It was the girl, Polaris, Quicksilver, and Gambit. They came in. It was like, how to meet you, blah, blah. Danger came in. She was like, he's not a human.
Yeah, you're not human.
And then,
like, no, you crazy. This is outrage.
Yeah, the owner of the company was like, nah,
and then she literally just smacked shit up.
And she's like, you know what? Fuck this.
Wow.
Wow. It was intense.
And he wasn't human. So
he wasn't. He was some robot dude. I can't remember his name. I wish I remember his name.
Because I don't follow X-Men like that. I give 0.
I ain't never seen him before.
If you follow X-Men,
he's a gold.
If you know anything about X-Men, yeah.
He's a golden robot?
He's not like a robot. I don't know what the fuck he is. Don't you have it over there? No, you don't.
What?
No, you don't have it.
X Factor. Well, yeah, that's about to happen. They're going to the woods to go find the only guy who can defeat him. I think is his son. Because, not his son, because I think the son was working with him. And they was like, why is the son working with him?
Now, you're going to look for somebody. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, it was like, alright, the only person that's been there as long as him, that knows control him. Yeah. And they showed some guy in the woods just holding his head, looking like, man, I don't want to deal with life no more. And, that happened.
Yeah, so that happened.
We were with that X-Men.
What's next?
On my list. Let's see.
We can talk about that later. Let's talk about Furious.
Hold on, wait.
Let's talk about
hold on, stop. Let me say these.
Furious.
I'm not going to talk about these. I'm not going to talk about them.
I just said Furious.
I'm just going to say
Furious. So, Furious.
Hawkeye 18. I'm not reading no more. I gave up on it.
Why?
I'm done. Because I don't Winter Fresh no more. I just gave up on it. Read all the way up until 16. Don't read 17.
Why?
And whatever. Fuck Winter Friends. Fuck that shit, man.
It's not in the latest issue.
Deadpool 26 was a filler.
What was 18?
It's fine.
Another filler?
You gotta talk about Hawkeye 18. What happened?
26 was a filler. 25 wasn't. 27 he's getting married.
So right. What is Hawkeye 18? Why are you...
I don't know what it was. I didn't read it. Because I gave up on it.
He gave up on it.
You need to go.
Winter Friends. I'm not reading no more.
Man, one episode of Winter Friends.
I said I read Winter Friends. We talked about that. Walking Dead 24.
I like how you just
saying.
Cut
Walking Dead 124.
124.
So you can give like a
wait. All right. So this is one thing I did want to talk about.
He's so sad.
No, I'm not. I'm tired.
Bro, we can talk about Furious.
I'm not. I'm just tired. Like literally, I'm just tired.
Cool.
All right. So Walking Dead 124. They're about to introduce Dale Dixon soon.
Are they bringing him in the canon?
They are bringing him into the comic book. Yes, they are. Yep.
Who said this?
It's advertised already, man.
No shit.
Yeah. They're gonna bring him in. Now, of course, he was created just for the show.
Yeah.
But he's gotten so popular that they're gonna interject him into the main comic. Daryl.
The
crossbow guy.
Oh.
The archer.
The archer.
Oh,
yeah. There it is.
Oh, that episode was good, man. So,
I wouldn't.
The Ringleader.
You didn't watch that episode?
I don't think he'll watch it. Yeah, he'll watch the series.
What?
I don't.
Yeah, horrible.
Because I already know everything in the comics. I was like,
horrible.
No.
I know it differs now
like the comic
because they did the shit.
It differs
like,
a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, it's some stuff I can predict.
Dude, y'all talked about that last episode.
I knew they was gonna be cannibals. I knew they was gonna be cannibals.
Yeah,
because they haven't met cannibals yet. Mm-hmm. They think the whole town was gonna be cannibals.
Well, not only that. I mean, you're talking about whenever they were walking through, whenever they were leading them through that little maze, and they passed one part, and nothing but human bones were there. I was like,
I missed that part.
Something's off about that. Yeah.
I think Beth is dead. Somebody think Beth is dead.
Really?
They had her poncho.
They did have her poncho.
Somebody thinks she's dead. I hope she's not dead.
Because she wasn't in that train.
But they don't. But that she might not. They might have not thought she was a part of the group.
So you think they would have just eaten her?
Just took her. No, they might have put her. Because remember when they walked by, somebody was like, "Help, help!"
Yeah.
And the other train or whatever.
Okay.
It was. So she
I don't
there.
remember there being another train.
That was right before. It was another thing.
Yeah.
No.
So whenever they so the reason they're trying to get people into that town is to fucking eat them.
Eat them. Because it makes sense. Because somebody was telling me it was like it made sense because
I haven't gotten to that part in the comic yet.
Whenever that doesn't happen in comic.
No. See,
Terminus does not exist in the comic.
In the comic,
there's a sanctuary that exists, but that's more or less a good town.
And because in the comic, I will say so I'm reading from issue 1 up.
All the way.
I'm just trying to catch up. It is nothing like the show.
No,
I mean like
in some senses it's better.
I mean well it's like so what's happening is they do hit beats. Like, here's
that happens.
This happens, and then
but how they get there,
and not only that, like what happens while they're there is completely different.
A little bit,
completely different. On top of that, there's characters that are in the show that do not exist in the comic book universe.
Some that die beforehand.
One of the first ones was like they introduced Tyrese in the first volume, and I was like, God damn! And then you end up realizing that. You know, in the show it's his sister. In the book it's his daughter. You know, and he ends up having a relationship with Carol.
No, it was a white chick.
No,
there was
in the comic it's with Carol.
Oh, you mean the show?
Yeah,
some random chick.
Yeah,
no. In the comic book, he's with Carol right now. Where I'm at.
Yeah,
Carol.
It was Carol.
No shit,
because
then Michonne got okay. I forget.
Remember,
so that's why she went crazy.
Yeah, that's
so
why she went
right
crazy.
now I'm at the part where
like the whole polygamy thing with like what was it? They're Rick and
because she just got through making a move on Lori where I'm at right now. Yeah, so like it's different, man.
It's like some slight changes. It's not drastic.
Yeah, it is pretty drastic.
A little bit. Dude, once you think about it,
whenever we're talking about characters alone, because Walking Dead is all about the character
show.
Yeah,
I
know exactly. So whenever you're talking about the characters alone, it's completely different. Completely different.
It's like Carol dies, Sophia's still alive. Swapped on the TV show.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, and then like the stuff that's happening, and I like it that way because watching the show, I always know it's gonna be different. And then while I'm reading the book, I mean, I know the beats that they'll eventually hit, but I don't know what the fuck's happening.
That's why I knew it was coming up, the cannibal thing.
I think the only big thing that really changed like in the show was like Rick still has his hand.
What?
Rick still has his hand.
Like that was the only really big change.
In the comic book, they're gonna be getting rid of his hand.
Yeah, that was the only really big thing that I noticed that was like really different about the whole TV show. Everything else seemed pretty much kind of like similar. It wasn't too drastic. It was different, no doubt, but it wasn't like this big drastic change.
There's a lot of
thing I felt that was really big was like Rick still having his hand.
So far from what I'm seeing, right? Like, for instance, Carl kills Shane.
Yeah.
Or you have the character of Donna and her husband, which did not exist in the series.
Right.
Daryl and Meryl only exist in the TV series.
Yeah.
For now. Well, they say that they're going to introduce Daryl. They haven't said shit about Daryl.
How are they
that's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean,
I don't know.
Because they're in the middle of a
war. I'm barely on issue.
Well, the war's about to end. All right, so hold on. Let me talk about 124.
Like 3 more issues.
Let me talk about. I know that's why it's about to end. You know why I think it's about to end? Why I think it's now that I'm hearing this, I think I know why he's about to be in here. Just because Rick might possibly die.
What?
For the simple fact
But the whole reason why
you can kill off
Hickman.
Robert Kirkman said he can kill off any character he fucking wants. It's exactly what he says.
But Kirkman said that this whole story was about seeing Rick from the very beginning of his life to the very end.
Was it Rick specifically or any character?
He said Rick.
All right.
And in the epilogue, whenever you read the volumes, he says that the whole point of writing this was to see from the very start of a man to the very end of him.
Well, this might be his end.
So then Daryl might not come.
Why not?
No, because it's about Rick. Protagonist. It's literally about Rick.
If that character is so popular in the show, and you bring him
and you place him and put him as Rick,
the head guy.
But how is he just gonna have that crap? He's just gonna have that charismatic attitude.
Because they have
replace. Can I finish this issue?
Because he still has to. They still have to flesh out Daryl. Because Daryl didn't get popular into the show until he started redeeming himself after a while.
True.
Because in the beginning he was just some punk with a crossbow.
Yeah. Right. Badass crossbow.
Yeah.
No, punk.
Badass punk. So, in 124, they were figuring out that the other faction, which is led by I forget his name every time. Nagin. I don't even know how to pronounce it. He had his men take the weapons that they were using to kill Rick's group and encase it with zombie blood. Yeah. So whenever they were getting stabbed or shot, or not shot, I guess, whenever they were getting stabbed, they were getting zombie blood infected in them. So some of the people were getting infected for no reason. People were figuring out like what's going on. Yeah. They figured out that it was they were putting zombie blood on all their weapons. Right. Rick had got shot by an arrow. Yeah. And they think that arrow might have zombie blood on there.
See, this is interesting.
So who knows? Because they was like, oh shit, the arrow had some on it too, or maybe it did. I don't know if they really said it had something on it. But Rick was like, oh fuck, I might die. Yeah. So who knows? I mean,
who knows? Like you said, he doesn't say. He gives no shits about.
He don't give a fuck about nobody.
He will fucking kill off. He is like the R.R. Martin of comic books. Exactly. He will kill off whoever the hell.
George R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yeah, he kills off all his characters too. Yeah. I don't watch it, but he kills off all his characters.
Well, I guess you know. I know.
From what I hear.
But yeah, so I'm in the process
of reading Dragon Ball is so loud, apparently.
I'm barely on like volume 4.
Yeah, but it's good. Read Walking Dead is very good. If you like the show, you will really like the comic.
Yeah, the comic is really good.
Really like
it. If you like people dying for no reason, go read it.
What? Not for no reason.
You just literally said this guy will kill him.
Well, he will, but it's like
it's a purpose. I mean, it's not a purpose, but it's
not. Glenn was not a purpose.
Oh no!
He's still pissed off.
It was a purpose.
It was a purpose for
Glenn had to show a purpose. He was like, I don't give a fuck about none of your people.
Well, the thing is, and what I like about the comic book, and they kind of do this with the TV show a bit, but the characters have gotten too popular in the TV show that I don't think they'll ever kill off anybody major. Yeah. Which is going to be the really big difference between the TV show and the comic.
That's always the big difference. When they start
killing off,
core people. They will never kill off core people because...
not
the really popular ones. Not the really popular ones. There's no way. They will never kill off Michonne.
Dies...
Well, Michonne isn't dead yet, so she's
still not dead, but it's different.
But it's different. That's what I'm saying. They will know until the Walking Dead TV series is struggling. Ain't nobody paying attention to no more.
Bring out
they're gonna kill somebody off,
which I don't think will ever happen. I think this show's gonna go on for a while.
Yeah,
unless
the actors just get fucking sick of it.
Yeah, they're like, all right, enough of this.
But what I like about the comic is that essentially it's you're essentially writing a character piece.
Yeah.
As a comic book, right? But it's like every death that happens affects each person differently.
For sure. Right.
Like Rick, apparently, and I haven't gotten as far as you guys yet, but from what the writer is saying, that this guy is gonna be like morphine. Like you're not gonna you're gonna see the guy at the very end,
sure.
and then you're gonna try to compare him to the guy in the beginning. And you're gonna be like, I don't know who the fuck
he went
this
through
guy
some up and
is.
downs, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And apparently, that's sort of what's happening in the show too.
He didn't go through Farmer Rick though, but you know,
Farmer Rick.
He
wasn't Farmer Rick at any time.
Yeah.
No. But you know, he did.
Oh, but in the show, man, I mean, Rick's fucking losing it, bro.
Oh yeah,
he is losing.
The episode was
it.
great. Watch the episode.
You gotta watch that episode.
The ringleader, the samurai, and the archer.
And the archer. And the
That's
boy.
what they called him. Mm-hmm. And the boy.
And the boy.
That was it. And the boy.
Yeah.
Furious. Let's go, man.
Now we're talking about like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about Guardians.
We're gonna
talk about
all this
trial.
We need to talk about like these. We got Amazing X-Men still to talk about. Nightcrawler about to come back.
He is.
What?
Yeah, Nightcrawler's sacrificed.
He's getting
his piece.
Huh.
That was the only thing he had.
He sacrificed his soul.
His piece, essentially. That's what he said. That was his piece.
That nigga said soul.
But that was his piece.
Whatever.
He had peace when he was up there.
Yeah, but it was essentially his soul.
Whatever. So he's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's back in the human world. And he took
alive.
his father with him.
Yeah.
That was the only way he could protect everything, was take his father with him. So he's going to be basically chasing his father for the whole series. He's like...
I don't know about that.
Or his father's going to be the main bad guy in the whole series.
Yeah, because he's not responsible for him. He brought him back to the real world.
But
so he denied him and himself the afterlife.
Yeah.
So they're stuck on the world, and now he has to watch and make sure his dad does not fuck up the world.
Isn't a bastard, in other words. Alright.
They brought up Wolverine not having his powers and shit.
Yes, Wolverine not having his powers.
He was just like, you know what, I don't... Nightcrawler was like, I don't know how you don't have your healing factor, but just chill the fuck out.
He said this is a bad time for you not to have
he was like, this is a bad time for you not having your powers. Just chill out. Just chill out right quick. And then Wolverine was like, just sit me right up. I can shake somebody in the shin.
Like, just sit me up. I might be able to shake somebody in the shin.
Just shut up, Wolverine.
God damn it, Wolverine.
As long as I can poke somebody in the shin.
I'm really hoping that Nightcrawler will bring Wolverine back to his former glory.
I would hope so.
How would he do that?
I don't know. What I'm saying is give Wolverine back what he had before they did whatever the fuck they're doing to him right now.
He just gave up on life.
Literally, he just gave up. He was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna...
He's been living
lesser
forever.
known.
He's been living forever.
Yeah,
he
but
talking like he just want to die. He don't want to die.
Well,
he want to stay alive forever.
That's the thing.
Obviously, if he gave no fucks no more.
But here's the thing: if he lives forever, right?
Yeah.
And then now he's not gonna live forever anymore. Why the fuck would he give up now? Now of all times?
Because he really doesn't.
No, I don't hear this shit.
Don't want to.
I don't hear this shit.
I mean, we don't know psychologically what the fuck's going on with him. Could you imagine living your life forever and everybody growing old and dying that you cared about?
Yeah.
That journey. It's like, fuck them all.
Well, no.
I'll live everybody else.
You know, sometimes I think about that, right? Like, what are the psychological aspects to living forever? I mean, granted, you're going to see people come and go, right? But I would figure, depending on the type of person you are, if you have a strong will or a strong personality, your personality will simply morph the people. In other words, like, alright, I live forever. Y'all don't know I'm fucking immortal. Alright? I'm fucking immortal. Right?
Yeah,
none of y'all know this, but I'm immortal.
20 years.
I haven't. Yeah, exactly. Y'all didn't know I'm like 230 years old right now.
Some Victorian clothes, like
you must start cutting this man open.
That's right. That's right. But I mean, alright. So I meet somebody new, right, and they affect my personality one way or the other, right, and you cherish that person, and eventually that person dies. You can only wallow in sorrow for so long, or you can take that personality and keep them with you.
True.
Unless you're a bastard like Wolverine. Because Wolverine has literally been responsible for the death of a lot of people. So I don't know. I mean, that's probably why.
That's what he does, man.
probably why he gave up.
Killing family.
Well, I mean, from what they said in the series, Wolverine was like, "I'm tired of always trying to redeem myself from what I am." Essentially, so it like literally, he was like, "I'm just gonna be who I am," and but at that point, then Sabretooth wins.
Yeah,
well,
and that's what pisses me off.
Bad guy won. You don't like that? Tough shit. That happened.
So brilliant.
Happened with Spider-Man.
So brilliant.
He's like, feel my pain, motherfucker.
I'm gonna talk about brilliant right quick.
We're gonna talk about Guardians right quick. I like how you
about
Guardians.
Can I talk about brilliant?
No, you can't.
We're gonna talk about Guardians forever.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
we are.
We will.
Them last two, Guardians and Superior, we're gonna talk about them forever.
We're gonna talk about them for
and then
a
you
while.
still gotta talk about Furious.
I know, we're gonna talk about Furious.
Brilliant, Furious.
All right, fine.
Real quick.
Let's go.
And then, alright, Brilliant. Y'all don't know what Brilliant is?
I mentioned Brilliant before.
Who wrote it?
Bendis.
Alright, so it's gonna be good.
I told you, I mentioned it before. You was
Bendis
like, whatever when I told you.
No,
genius.
You did it.
Go back,
go
back and watch it. How about you go back and watch it? I'm not going back and watch it.
You go back and watch it. So you can eat your words and be like, damn, I did say,
No.
Because you was like, no, whatever. It's not my interest. And now y'all hooked on it. Look at that.
Basically, concept, these college students find a way
hooked
to
on
create...
crack fiend.
They find a way to create superpowers, and it's fucking great. It's fucking great.
Right.
Read it. It's up to 5 issues right now. The next one comes out next month, I believe.
Yeah.
This is monthly.
Okay.
So read it, man. These 5 issues are very, very intense.
I mean, that thing seems like it's been dragging ass.
Yeah, it's good. Read it.
All right.
That's all I'm saying about it.
Furious.
These monthly series.
Talk about Furious. We'll talk about Furious a little longer.
You can't talk about Furious? Okay.
Oh, you don't?
I still haven't read it. I still haven't read it. So
yeah, you do need to go get that. You need to go get that.
Is 3 issues in?
Yeah.
3 issues.
All right, I'll go.
You can get that. It's
I'll get
easily
that. Yeah.
Right now. All right.
I'm gonna go to the comic book store.
You don't want me? You don't want to talk about it?
You was just talking. You might as well keep talking. Yeah.
What?
Get an Android now.
Yeah, you should.
And you really should.
Why are you not talking about Furious?
Because it's your show. I mean,
my show. Yeah, Furious. I love watching Furious.
That'd be a good episode. That'd be a good TV show.
I guess.
If they do it right.
I guess you want me to talk about this.
Talk about it, man.
Candace Clark. Yeah. They dwell into more of her past. I think it was on her 21st birthday.
Sergeant Fury.
Father dies.
It's Furious, right?
Furious, yes.
Is it spelled differently?
No, it's spelled Furious. Like Furious.
Yeah. Furious.
Like, yeah. Furious 5, Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Finish.
Yeah. They go back in that. They talk about her 21st birthday where Dad, like, essentially just went out in the blaze of glory. Motherfucker, like,
wrote a note.
Yeah.
My daughter didn't deserve something.
He was like, I should have been better.
Bill,
yeah, he was like,
100.
Didn't deserve me, should have been better.
Something like that.
Yeah. Acting out, you know, it's just on her Miley Cyrus shit, whatever. Or Lindsay Lohan, probably compared to that. Except fucking everybody, she wasn't doing that. Yeah, that happened. Then, like, goes back to the present time. She's like, yeah, this one's for your dad. Put a little cupcake and a candle in it. Shit like that.
So you just not going to talk about this? You just not
I
going
really
to
don't fucking talk about anything right now.
I'm tired. We not talking about Guardians of the Galaxy? And your boy, Peter, coming back?
Yeah.
Peter?
I told you to talk about it.
Furious. Alright, so, this guy wanted to...
Okay, we can get to the meat and the bones of it.
That's what I was getting to.
She goes out on patrol.
This guy was calling her forever. Got like a few tickets for fucking burning shit on fire.
Anyway, we need to just go straight into it. He's like, I need you to come here.
Basically, he's a womanizer. Not a womanizer. He don't like bitches.
He don't
like bitches.
He don't like bitches.
He's like, he doesn't like women. We don't use the term.
He don't like bitches. I don't call him bitches.
We don't call.
He don't like bitches.
Nobody calls him
Yeah, this guy here just so... for all the feminist viewers out there, I'm sorry for this male chauvinistic asshole.
I love women.
No, now they're women.
He called... Alright, you know what?
Look at that.
I'm trying to change my words.
No.
I ain't calling bitches.
You did not just call them bitches. Look at this. Terrible. We have no female viewers.
I mean, we already don't.
Alright, yeah. You just discourage the rest. So anyway, he basically had a superiority complex over women.
Alright.
It was like, women, that should just be like the olden days, they didn't need rights, they didn't need, they're just supposed to submit and do as they're told.
Yep.
I'm buying it right now.
Cool.
Yeah. They're just told to submit and do.
It's not here now.
This is why that thing's
exactly.
It's horrible.
So his plan was essentially take her into the place. He was like, "Oh, I need help, save my wife." And you go in, already it's a pretty bad place. It's like he just
he's a hoarder.
Garbage on top of garbage. It was just damn. It was like a bunch of shit. Literally, it was he was a hoard. No, a hoarder. Yeah.
All right.
And set it up. Just like, oh yeah, you go in here. And she like tripped over. I think she tripped over a cord or something. Or like it was a trap.
Yeah, I think it was a trap.
Like
just to encase her in bullshit.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, the shit fell on top. It was like, I got you now, bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was like,
remember
when
he had
bitches.
Yeah.
He had dead girls' bones still in his room.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to do to you what I did to all these women.
Yeah, because you think you're all that. You think you're superior to man. Where's your power now?
So,
and
what was weird, she
issue?
Couldn't get out of it.
Well, no, here's the thing.
3?
Yeah, this is issue 3. Now, the thing was, it touched on her power again.
Yeah.
So, it leaves me to speculate about her power. She was having trouble getting out of the rubble and whatnot, which was something she could have easily got out of. She could have easily got out of.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Why is this happening?" She was like, "Okay, just think, what's going on?" He was still doing the little taunting thing. She was like, then she was like, "All right, but she need to get out of this and then go back." So
she went backwards instead of forwards.
Yeah, she was like, "All right, yeah."
So she got out of that.
That's when she saw the bones and whatnot, and then some more stuff. She was like, "I gotta climb up, get over the trash and whatnot." And it touched on the fact of her powers was like, what she said was she was feared. She was scared.
Yeah.
So she only has her powers whenever she's mad.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's weird. It's a weird concept. It's like she has the powers, but it's if she fears something, or she gets frightened, her powers
diminish.
Yeah, pretty much diminish. It kind of
powers are based on her emotions.
Mm-hmm. Yes. In a sense, it can work like that. We don't know. Because it doesn't, we still haven't dwelled into the power thing yet.
Because you remember when they were fighting?
Yeah.
And he was just punching her and shit?
Yeah. But at that point, she didn't give a fuck anymore.
But she had said, like, I absorbed all this and now I'm giving it back.
Well, no. She was just literally speaking out of rage.
I guess.
She snapped. And because, he pulled her wig off.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, still lying, still lying, And then she just snapped, and she just got her strength back even more, and she was just like on him.
I was thinking she was getting her powers from absorption, like she just absorbs.
She's not Sebastian. Fuck out of here.
Okay.
Just not Sebastian. No. So yeah, I think it plays on what then is it probably the emotion, because it seemed because when she said she was frightened, she couldn't do anything.
I guess so.
And then when she just snapped. Her rage and made her stronger. So at first I thought it was on that whole kind of little thing, but it went both ways, and that was just it probably could be straight up emotional.
Okay, we'll see.
The angrier she gets, stronger she gets. Because I mean, hell, when she did get angry, that's when she started doing ridiculous shit. I mean, after she took the bullet to the fucking went back, beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
Fuck the police.
Yeah, read furious. It's good.
It was all good, yeah. Right. They did that. She called up. Police was like, "Yeah, go get that guy."
Yeah, he's tripping. He did tripping balls.
She didn't beat him to the ball. I mean, it's good. No, we didn't talk about that part because the red woman in red.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Who looks exactly like her.
Mm-hmm.
And attacked the people in the store.
Mm-hmm.
Killed him.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on.
And she claimed she was just her. She was exactly Candace Clark.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she said, "I am Candace Clark."
I don't know.
Who is
so? Hold on.
Furious. That's her real name.
Candace Clark is furious.
Yeah.
When she puts on a wig, she's furious.
Well, she's the beacon, but yeah.
She's furious.
Yeah,
furious.
So I want to know if she having like some.
That's
weird...
what I thought. I'm not sure. She may have multiple personalities.
That's what I'm thinking.
But I don't.
It would make sense.
It would, but then, how does she fight herself?
Is she about to fight herself in the next issue?
I don't think it's on the next issue, but like they show the cover.
Who writes this book?
I don't know.
I can't remember his name. He wrote another series for Image. Those really, I can't think of it. But
it's good.
He touches on some shit. It's good. It is good. It's really hype. I just don't feel like talking about anything right now.
Guardians.
Guards.
All
right, so.
Oh shit, Jean Grey.
We got a Jean Grey.
A new Jean Grey.
Yeah. New Jean Grey.
She's got like some weird powers. She's got all this
superior
stuff going on.
Yeah, her telekinesis and her
telepathy are kind of merged in one. Which is interesting. Well, I mean, because we always knew, because they would always say that Jean was the most powerful mutant
ever,
besides like Professor X and Magneto.
She was level 5.
Coming
from the movies.
She wasn't level dog.
But she was always one of the strongest telepaths.
Yeah.
Right.
Besides Xavier.
She wasn't Omega level.
Huh?
She wasn't Omega level though.
Are you sure?
I don't think she was Omega level. Omega level was just fucking beyond.
Well, she couldn't control Omega. Hold on.
Omega level.
Control
Omega level is like Legion, and what is his name? Onslaught.
I guess.
And
yeah, but Legion and Onslaught are like multiple beings in one, though, aren't they?
Yeah, Onslaught
was the mixture of Magneto and Xavier.
Yeah, out of his mind. Yeah. Legion is the son of Xavier and
who else?
That one woman, I don't remember.
Yeah, I forgot her
name. McTaggart or something like that?
I know.
I forgot her name.
Yeah.
I think she was that Scottish woman, the Irish woman.
But anyway, nonetheless, this issue...
But yeah, she unlocked something in her that the original Jean Grey never did.
Yeah,
never did.
Right.
And that I think that's mostly because the original Jean Grey was just too fucking scared to do anything. Right? They would always tell her like she's too powerful, so she would never.
She'd never hit that.
But this one is just like fuck it. You know,
she's like, you know what? I did do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, you're not taking me nowhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think once she's accepted, because she knows that the Phoenix is eventually going to get her and it's going to kill her. So I think
she accepted it.
Once she accepted the fact that that power will kill her. Yeah. I think at that point she realized,
I don't think it will.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
It might not.
Because I think this power that she has now.
Yeah.
If she's learning to control that, so therefore, if the Phoenix does ever come back. I think it's gonna be like, well, fuck, I've controlled this power so well, the Phoenix ain't shit anymore. Or at least it's not gonna be as hard.
It should be easier,
It should be easier.
We can totally talk about how Quinn's gonna end up being the Phoenix himself.
See, and that's the other thing. Alright, so, somehow the Phoenix is coming back. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as we know.
In the future.
As far as we know, Phoenix will come back somehow.
But that's the thing. How long is the original X-Men gonna stay in here? In the universe?
We don't know.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Since Cyclops just want to do what he does, and we will talk on that.
We can talk about it right now because it happens in Guardians.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
He's, when they get back, he's going to space with his dad.
Get back? No, he's not even going back.
And then he left.
Earth.
He left.
Yeah, he's going. I said he's going with his dad.
And here's the thing. He left the team to Laura. Did you see that?
He did.
I caught that.
Yeah.
He left.
So I was like, okay.
I called it. This is going to be a lore-based issue now.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's going to be based around.
I don't think
it's going to be based around Laura and Jean Grey. It's the only two people they're going to care about.
Because I really don't care about anybody else. To be honest.
Who gives a fuck?
Bro, Bobby's funny.
Bobby is funny, but
funny.
they gonna put him in like one panel said joke.
What the fuck is one panel joke? Okay, so he's gonna be like Deadpool. Cool, got you.
He got his own issue.
No,
You to calm the fuck down.
that nobody.
But
no,
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
I think you are right. Where they're gonna center around Jean Grey and Laura now.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, Jean Grey is not too happy that Scott's gone.
Because if you show, they showed that she didn't look. She was about to burst out of that.
Maybe we can have a better future if we're not together.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh damn.
Uh-huh.
Well, because
ultimate break.
And I think it is because she said at one point when she realized this new power of hers, she said that we're already changing history, so I'm not gonna become what you think I'm gonna become.
Yeah.
And then Scott's like, oh, we already know we're gonna get married and have kids, and that's doomed to work anyway. So
he's pretty much the opposite.
Yeah, he's the opposite of her.
It's gonna happen regardless. She's like, no, but we're changing it.
No, it's too late.
And so now it's like,
too late.
It was just weird. He kind of showed no love to Jean Grey, and it was like, I need you to take care of the team.
That's because he's got Laura booty right there, and he's like,
take care of my people for me.
I don't know.
Like, I'm surprised he didn't give.
I just think it's. I don't think it was like that. I think it was more or less because like.
Because it was dead.
Laura, no, I like the leadership thing. Because I think it was.
Because she's too unstable.
Yeah.
And Scott's
you can look at it. I mean, like, if you think about it, like, really, he loves her. He does.
Yeah, obviously.
He does, truly. But, like, at the same time, she was on this path of destruction the whole time she's been there.
Yeah, she really has been. She's been acting crazy as fuck.
It was better. He felt it was better to leave it in someone else's hands. And
who
else would you have really put in out of all of those people?
Hold on, though. But Laura's changed, though.
Who knows how
but
she's
changed. That's the thing.
For the better or for the worse?
I don't know.
Essentially for the better.
See, but the thing is,
because she's been through so much shit beforehand, and then she was already doing good before Arena. Then after Arena, she had a recovery period, so she's still kind of struggling with it.
And not only that, like you would hope that everything that she learned from Arena is going to translate.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
So maybe she will become a better team leader since she let her all of them in the arena.
She gonna tame X-23.
I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna be
tame already.
She may not be tame, but I think she's gonna be more.
She's more logical.
Yeah, she'll be. Yeah, she's a lot more logical. So maybe she's just gonna be a lot, just a better leader.
Yeah, leadership.
I mean, because quite frankly,
who else were you going to put in charge on that team?
No, that's my two choices.
Yeah, it was either going to be
I'm not giving it to Iceman. I'm not giving it to fucking Angel.
Angel doesn't even want to be there.
I'm not giving it to
Beast.
Beast.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you could essentially, but
you could give it to Beast technically.
I wouldn't give it up.
I mean, shit. Think about it like this: if Xavier trusted him with a gym, I'm just saying, Beast has some potential in this shit. Somewhere.
Well, I mean, Xavier trusted Beast with the entire team a number of times.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I guess he could be like runner up, but
I mean, maybe he'll be the equilibrium.
Yeah, I mean, he could probably be like the man behind the scene.
Because you know that he still
loves Laura too.
Yeah,
I mean not Laura.
Jean. Yeah, he still got hots for that broad. So
like I said, like he can be he can be essentially like the man behind the scenes.
That's. I think he's gonna be. Anyway. I think he's gonna be like the buffer between. Now, as far as like how long they're gonna be in present time, I have not a clue.
I think they're gonna stay.
I think they are. From where they're going, I feel
because
like
it's at this point now. It's really like
it's literally. It's no point for them.
He just left off the space.
But here's the thing.
There's no real problem with them being there now. Jean just opened up a new can of worms with what she's able to do.
But But the writers keep reminding readers that they're supposed to go back.
Writers
like won't do that. Yeah, writers don't just do that. Usually, if for some reason
Bobby that said, was that Bobby that said, how are we supposed to get back home without him?
Yeah, like what if we go back?
It was probably Angel.
It may have been
the only one that wants to go back.
But yeah, he was like, what if we find a way to get back and he's not here?
He's not
what are we supposed to do?
He can't. What are they're gonna leave without him?
And they optioned that. They were like, what if we gotta leave without him? But that's just it though. The writers
without him, that just erases everything.
Yeah. But that's just it, right? The writers keep saying, all right, we're doing this and this, but remember, like they'll throw that in every once in a while.
Well,
eventually, they're gonna have to.
They can do it. I don't think they're just.
I don't
know.
I mean, just not do but here's the thing: if they never go back, that fucks. They have to go back.
No, like, it doesn't.
They're gonna.
It doesn't. I feel like
a lot. Everything, man.
They're gonna go back. They're going to.
If they have a Hope and a Rachel, they can stay.
No, because Hope and Rachel are from the future.
Okay, fine. You want to talk about past?
Yeah.
We want to talk about the
past. We're talking about a block. We're talking about a pillar from the past, and you're yanking that pillar out, and you bring it to the future. That's going to be one unstable foundation if it stays.
Yeah, man.
Because everything's based off of almost everything that has happened to the mutant race up until this point is reliant on what Xavier did with the original X-Men.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know. I just they just kind of have to.
Dude, it's time travel. We can do whatever.
Technically, they could. Shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, technically, at any point, they can send them back.
And everything be fine.
Everything will be right back to normal.
I guess.
I mean, granted, but...
I don't think they're going to do it, because I think, like, everybody literally is going to come back. Because this is what I still think. I still think Xavier from the past is going to come.
Come to the future?
Yes. He's noticing this. He
can't
just not
it's just been way too long. Mind you, what y'all had told me, it was like a second could have passed.
Yeah, less than a second could have passed.
30 years could have passed, but 1 second.
It can turn into some time. I mean, because you can't tell me that Xavier doesn't sense it to people. We can talk about how big of a hypocrite he is all day. Talk about don't use your powers, and he's always fucking using his powers.
Right.
So but he'll be able to tell something is off.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think the way time travel works.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody knows how this shit works.
Okay, well, yeah.
Because technically, you know what they can do? They can time travel back to 3 seconds before the original X-Men time travels into the future, in which it will be like no one ever left. They literally could do that, so I mean, all they have to do is stay out of sight.
I need a book on time travel, please. Man, look, like a comic book on time travel.
Time travel is too damn difficult, dude.
It is, man.
This is why the rule of thumb is comic books can mess with time travel. Don't rely on it. Which is why it's like, this is why I think with this one they have to go back, because eventually if you don't send the original X-Men back, that's it. That means the fan base up from the original up until now.
No, it doesn't really mess with anything.
It's over, man.
It doesn't.
How so?
Because it's already happened.
No, not while they're.
If it's already in the past, well, no, it does, because they're already still there. If they were still there,
it's kind of like they erased
and
everything. That's like.
Well, here's
okay. So it depends on how long.
Say you read all 700 of Superior. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man, right?
I did.
You did. They take out like one key chunk. It's like all that shit's not relevant anymore.
Let's say
like
they
you
take
can't
away
bring any of that up.
Let's say they take away Mary
happened.
Jane, right? Mary Jane never happened.
Yeah.
She goes into the future. That changes Spidey completely.
Like shit never happened. Like most shit is gonna be irrelevant when we talk about it.
Well, not only that, okay, it's like you said, right? Everything still happened, right? They're still in the present, which means that they have to go, at some point, they have to go back in order for everything to still happen the way it's going now.
But then they had the whole thing with Battle of the Atom, where they stayed and they essentially still had that future. So there's an alternate possibility of that same future happening.
Fuck time travel, man. Fuck this shit.
Like, literally, that happened.
Fuck time
Okay, so essentially what's happening then, what's gonna happen is that you're just creating an alternate future timeline right now. So that means that essentially we're not in the main canon anymore. We're in some alternate future history. In a sense, we are because I mean that's what happens with time travel. The moment you change something, you create another branch, and it runs parallel. Have you ever looked into quantum physics, guys?
But it's already in the canon story.
It's what? Yeah, it is. But I mean, it's not
right now. So we can just say this then. Then all new X-Men does not happen.
Yeah. That's essentially, and this is why it's gonna piss people off, unless you send the X-Men back. Because if you never send them back, that means everything that ever happened
pissed when shit
didn't
never
really
happen.
Well, then you might as well just end the storyline because all new X-Men.
Well, it's a fun storyline. It's why they're doing it.
It is,
but it's like if Robert Kirkman was to went through 150 issues and then be like, you know what? He never woke up. Rick never woke up.
Okay,
that would be.
He didn't.
What you mean he never woke up?
It would be like the finale to How I Met Your Mother.
Oh,
no,
gosh.
fuck you guys.
I heard about that shit too.
Didn't they just have the wedding?
Oh no, I didn't see it. I read it.
Apparently,
what happened?
She had died.
Spoiler alert.
she was dead when they were telling the story.
Yeah. Well, no. Apparently, he meets the mother. They have 2 kids. She dies immediately, and then he gets back with Aunt Robin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did he get back with Robin? Oh, that's fucked up.
He gets back with her.
Bro, Barney and Robin was like.
No. Well, apparently in the show, Barney calls off the relationship with Robin because he can't be held down and she's always traveling or some shit. But they have a kid, and Barney invests all his time into his little girl. So that becomes the one woman that can tie him down. And then Robin is still living with like 5 fucking dogs or some shit. And then fucking old man, what's his name?
Yeah.
Bob Saget.
Yeah.
What?
Bobs.
Who's Bob Saget playing in this one? The main guy.
Yeah.
The main guy. Yeah, so at apparently, and I'm pissing all kinds of people off because I'm giving this away if they haven't seen it yet. I read it. I haven't seen it. I read it.
Nobody watched it.
Yeah, nobody watches that damn show. Yeah. So anyway, so apparently like he tells his kids, all right, and that's how I met your mother, right? Yeah. And they're like, well, this isn't a story about how you met Mom. This is a story about how you fell in love with Aunt Robin. And then they're like, it's been 6 years, Dad. She's dead. Go after Aunt Robin, and so then he goes after Robin. So essentially, people who watch this show for 9 goddamn years, and this on again, off again, on again, off again, and then they were waiting to meet this mom because that's what the entire show is about. And then all of a sudden, you find out that the mom doesn't even stick around, and that he ends up with Robin anyways. And that's what. Just to get back to our story. That's what would happen with comics.
Tied that all in.
We're
done with time travel now.
Because time travel is fucked, guys.
Superior Spider-Man.
We might as well just be done with all new X-Men.
We can be done with any comic. Because they can do this anytime.
I'm not even going to read the whole Cyclops going off with his dad.
I'm going to read the first one.
I really don't give a damn.
I'll read the first one.
Because I fucking hate Cyclops.
I'm going to read the first one.
I just don't like the guy.
I mean, like, the thing about Scott was, like, the only thing I know about him, he was, like, a leader who made a bunch of unleaderly decisions.
Yeah.
He made a lot of bad decisions.
He did.
To me, he was always the Boy Scout.
Kid, he's okay.
The new kid. New Scott's okay, but I mean, I just still as a character, I just don't give a damn.
I'm gonna read the first one.
I don't know.
I'm not.
I'm more interested to see what's happening with Jean and Laura.
I
want to see what's gonna happen. Yeah.
But I'm gonna read the first Cyclops.
I will.
I'm gonna read it. If I don't like the first one, then
I want to see how the space thing goes.
That's what I want.
Well, on top of that, Space Jammers was created like what in the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, they're called the Space Jammers of all things. So I mean, you know, I don't know how well the characters are fleshed out because this is an '80s property, so
I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to.
They're gonna try to all over again.
Goes.
And quite frankly, I'm already reading Guardians, so I really don't care about some other.
What is the Guardians doing now? What they about to do now?
Well, that's just thing because
their movie stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing, which I'm not reading.
Yeah,
I'd
rather watch the movie.
Yeah, I'd much rather watch.
I don't know what their next big arc is gonna be.
But the thing is, we still got Angel. Or Angela.
Yeah,
Angela's still in there.
We still have Angela, so that's a storyline.
They talked about that too. It's like, time travel's fucked up because you're still here.
Yeah.
And they're still here.
So
whatever.
Look at how you gonna get rid of
Superior.
Angela?
Let's talk about Superior.
How you gonna get rid of Angela?
I don't know. Let's talk about Superior.
No, we're gonna talk about Angela.
No, because
we're talking about time travel.
It's almost 4 o'clock.
Well, all right. Technically, with Angela, she's not the result of time travel. She's just dimensionally displaced. So
because of time travel, though.
Because time travel ripped a hole in time space. Yeah, she belongs in the Image universe. She doesn't even belong in fucking Marvel at all.
Yes,
so, now she does. Yeah, now Todd McFarlane and Neil Gaiman is like, fuck you, I can do whatever y'all want with her.
No, Todd lost the rights to her.
No, I thought they were sharing the rights to her.
I don't think.
Either way it goes,
I think
let them do whatever with her. Let's talk about Superior. Try to wrap this up.
All right, Superior Spider-Man.
You got nowhere to go.
You got somewhere to go?
What? At 4-ish? 4:30 somewhere?
Well, yeah, it's 30 minutes.
All right. So Superior.
Oh, Superior.
All right.
Your boy's back.
He's back, man. Aren't you happy?
Yeah.
You're one happy SOB right now. You gotta be loving it.
You should see the happiness.
So yeah, it was a great issue.
It was.
You gonna talk about it?
Man. I'll let you go off on it first, and then I'll put in my 2 cents.
Trust me, everybody can go.
You sure?
Feel like I'm just gonna put in my 2 cents.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
So, Peter's back.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a lot more. I really was. Because I built up this thing in my head, dude. I had this whole epic thing. I was like,
of a Peter Doc.
Oh man! I just had this epic thing in my head where I was gonna get a Peter that just wasn't such a pussy all the time. Finally,
I don't think he's gonna be a pussy.
We don't know what he's gonna.
You know,
we don't know.
So I was just kind of hoping on just getting a Peter, where it's just gonna be like, let's get a Spider-Man that's finally gonna be able to. What like Doc Ock said in the book.
Yeah.
Hey, stop being so fucking guilty about everything and own who you are.
Right.
That's what I want out of Peter.
He might be doing that.
That might change.
He might.
I mean, you saw him. He was like, you know what? It's time for me to take this shit over.
Yeah.
You fucked up my city.
Yeah.
It's time for me to.
Yeah.
He took a stand again. Yeah. I mean, like.
He put on his suit.
Because, like, he literally
put on his suit.
Oh, it was so good.
I don't know. I guess I had it too built up in my head. I was just like, it's
you made it like a whole different
happen.
You went into a whole different thing.
Yeah, I did.
And I called him getting his powers back kind of the same way it happened.
Yeah.
He just went through it in Doc's mind, and he was like, "Hold on, wait."
Yeah.
I am Peter Parker.
And so, and I guess that was the other thing, and I think that's why you said you were kind of bummed out about it, the way he got his memories back,
right?
Which is kind of. Okay, have you ever played a video game, right? Where you get really far in the level, and then you have to backtrack in order to get to another place. That's the way it felt.
Yeah.
That's the way it felt. Yeah, exactly. Or like fucking Idiot does, like the way Jack and
Super
Daxter
Mario
used to be.
64.
Oh man, I'm
Jack and Daxter.
Oh yeah. Like you would always have to go all the way back where you came from.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah. all those games in the '90s where they had limited amount of space on the disc, right? And that's the way it felt. It was just like, okay, so all you did was rehash the story so that Peter can get his powers back. All he had to do was relive it all again.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully Peter will take everything that Doc Ock went through and become a better person. Yeah. But then Doc Ock was erasing every last memory.
Yeah.
Every Doc Ock memory. So did Peter go through Doc Ock's memories and will retain everything that he went through?
You would think so.
Or whenever Doc Ock was Doc Ock simply erasing his personality?
I think that's what it was.
Erasing his personality.
Yeah,
do you think Peter will still remember?
I think so.
Everything he went through.
Yeah.
I mean, he does.
Because he was like, you don't need no outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, you don't need no outside interference. So I'm gonna take
So and I think
myself out.
I think that's the only thing that bummed me out was that it just felt like I was playing a '90s video game and I had to track through the level again.
Oh man, it was good.
But it was good. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it was good, and I'm glad Peter's back. And let's see what the hell they're gonna do now.
It's the last one, huh?
No.
Oh, it's 2 more, right?
It's one more.
Yeah, 1 more. Last one.
No.
But the thing is,
they gonna finish this shit.
I don't know, man. Like, and this
which is really weird.
This is gonna piss a lot of people off, but I was kind of getting warmed up to the Doc Ock Superior Spider-Man.
I don't think everybody feels the same way.
I know,
it's a split,
this is the only reason why, though. It added a dynamic to the Spider-Man story that I had never seen before.
Yeah.
Because everyone has read a Spider. You read one Spider-Man book and you pretty much know the rest.
No.
Coming from him, you would know.
Alright, coming from you would know. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's just.
I get what you're saying though. Like you'll read one, because I've only really read Spider Island, and then this arc.
Yeah.
And that's 2 different arcs to me.
See,
obviously it's 2 different arcs.
See, I read.
So.
I read Spider-Man sporadically throughout like the 90s, right?
Yeah.
So I was around whenever they were doing like the clone
the
clone saga, and I read Secret Wars, a little bit of that. Obviously he read it all in one huge bout, but I read it while it was happening.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like after a while, and after reading like a number of Spider-Man books, eventually it got to the point I was just like, okay, you know, like his personality just didn't change. And I guess that's what always got to me, is that you didn't really see a growing Peter Parker. You didn't see somebody evolving that much until like Civil War started coming around.
Yeah.
And then you were like, all right, you know,
I read this is somebody
this is somebody different.
Kind of a focal character in the series.
Yeah, it's like, this is different. This is gonna be Peter having to deal with people knowing who he is, and he's gonna have to start making smarter decisions and all this. And then they did Day After.
Was it One More Day?
One More Day or something like that. And then I was like, I got normal Peter back. Fuck. Alright. You know, like, great. Now, alright. So essentially, what I keep living through, every time I get into Spider-Man and I read his books, what I get is Peter has life problems. Peter doesn't know how to deal with life problems. Peter makes guilty about decisions that he makes about life problems. Somehow life problem fix itself.
This is how
Peter.
it goes.
yeah.
Literally, like with him, it's more of social life comes secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man is his escape.
Right.
So essentially, it's become now to the point where he's had the battle between what he wants to spend more of his time being. Mm-hmm. That's always been his thing. Since he was never like just out in the open, hey, I'm both. Mm-hmm. He had to be one or the other all the time.
Right.
But the secret identity thing, I mean, with any character that has a secret identity, you play 2 roles.
Yeah.
And he just managed it a little bit poorer than most because, like, he literally did it at a young age.
Yeah.
So he had to cut off a lot of things that he didn't get to enjoy. True. I mean, literally, he wanted, his main thing was science. He ended up doing photography the majority of his life.
Yeah.
And
see,
so,
and I guess, I don't know, I guess that's what made it so maybe because I just relate to him too much. I relate to him.
I hate him.
Yeah,
I hate it because I see myself in him. Something do I do?
I guess. Well, to me, it's like, all right, because I know what it feels like to be really good at something, but you can't do it because of certain life problems or shit comes up. And so it's like to see a hero go through that over and over, and then never solve it, and or never be able to find it, bro. Come on, you've had. Fucking... I mean,
it was like this. Like there were certain points where at times
it would look like he's gonna have it all.
He had a break, because what was it? Spider-Man Big Time.
Yeah.
Like that thing. That was like when Dan Slott first got there.
Yeah.
When he got the job at what was that place?
Horizons?
Yeah, Horizon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When he got there, shit was going good. Yeah. He met Carly. That's when literally everything was falling into place.
He was finally getting a handle on everything.
Yes, everything was really falling into place. Then he went on and
and that was the other thing. Like whenever Civil War was happening, and you had him finally, both sides of his life were kind of merged together. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, so now I finally have.
Big Time came after Civil War.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so after Civil War, and you had this merger, and it would force the character to deal with it. Yeah. And I think that's a fun story. That's a great story. That's a great character story.
Okay, here's the thing about Civil War. Civil War put him in the spot.
Yeah.
Because he's pretty much kind of like the big focus of it, since he was the man that went from one side to the other.
Yeah.
After he had revealed who he was.
Exactly.
That made him enemy number one to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the main person that kind of went after him anyway was Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
So, because of that, and the fact that a bullet that was meant for him went to his aunt instead.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have went somewhere with that. Because, I mean, really if anything, I felt at that point when that happened, Aunt May should have just died.
Yeah.
Think so?
She should have.
She
would have shook it up, huh?
He's got, and that's the point exactly that I'm trying to make.
That if that would have happened,
every time they put Spider-Man in an area where you're sitting there going, he's gotta face this now. Yeah. Like this is gonna change everything.
It is because literally that would have changed everything.
And then all of a sudden. I don't know how many times, and like I said, I've been reading Spider-Man since the 90s on and off, okay? Mm-hmm. They have retconned Spider-Man, I don't know how many times, dude. I don't know how many times
it's like a set number.
Yeah. And that's why it's just tiring. And that's why whenever Superior happened, I was like, hey, it's not the best, but this is different.
Yeah. It's a really
I kind of want to see what's happening. Yeah, it was different, man. It was and it was someone who was just like gonna take head charge, but he has to deal with the consequences too. Right. So Doc Ock was like, let me do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to fix this.
He didn't realize it applied to him like that. Because he didn't have to do, he lived a secret life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He did not do multiple things. So his idea was essentially cut off my social life.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll cut this off. At one point, he was literally like, I just might as well just cut this off.
Yeah.
But he didn't. So he was just like, I'm going to go ahead and do all this other stuff. And then he was like, well, I guess I can focus on my social life more. And then just set it up to where, I can do this patrol and stuff. That's where he got, the island, the minions,
all the bots,
and everything. So he can just be like, fuck it, I'm focused on my social life now.
Yeah, pretty much.
And, both ways he went, regardless, it affected something.
Yeah. And I liked that conflict. I liked that, he was willing to, Doc Ock essentially was like, I'm going to do this, and he was real cocky about it.
Yeah.
I can do this and I can do that. Yeah. And he would have to deal with the consequences, because it would be huge consequences for what he did, and I don't know, I mean, it was just something new. It was something new, and I just kind of got warmed up to it. And now it's like, okay, so now we got Peter back.
Yeah. Right.
For the love of God, don't go back to the people.
You would hope he changes.
If I read an amazing and it's the same goddamn thing again.
I really don't want to go back to the same mode. But like it's something like we mentioned before. Like essentially, Spider-Man is the journey between boy to a man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Some point, that journey's got to end.
Yeah.
So is this new entry going to be
Adult
a progressive
version?
step towards being
That's
a
what
man?
I'm hoping.
Or
That's
will it
what I'm
just be
hoping.
fully man?
Because and this is the problem that you run in with a lot of these books that go on
forever. Oh gosh.
Because
60s.
exactly. You will eventually get stagnant with a character, and they've gotten stagnant with Peter so many times that they've retconned him.
Right.
Yeah. How many times? Like maybe 3 times already.
It's
yeah.
Like, I mean, like the way they've done it every time. Like when they tried to do something new with him, they didn't really like retcon. They just tried to play something entirely new with it. Because the one thing that I can think about that comes to mind the most, like when they would try to switch everything around, was like the Clone Saga. The Clone Saga was
no. They also did it with what was it? Not Spider Island. It was sort of like that, where they kind of gave him the spider powers. Like he was like a mythical spider.
I know what you're
remember
talking
that?
Like they were thinking about like he made his powers maybe magical
based or something like that. Yeah.
I actually like that run. That's where Ezekiel came in and whatnot, and it was pretty cool.
It's different. Yeah, it was different.
It was like okay, maybe you didn't get it from the radio,
and that's what I'm hoping. Because it's like. Whenever they came out with the Ultimate line, all right, and they did Ultimate Spider-Man, I was like, I liked that, right? Because then you were retelling the Spider story, which is what everyone essentially wants, right? All the hardcore Spider fans, I want my Spidey, I want my Spidey. Yeah. They want the same guy that they've always had.
Of course.
And to me, that's boring as fuck. Yeah. It's just really boring. So it's like, so whenever Ultimate came out, and I was like, okay, we're going to retell Spider-Man, the Spider-Man story. This is going to be the Spidey everyone knows.
Yeah.
And then they were like, but the great thing about the Ultimate Universe is that the moment you die, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you got to bring in somebody else, and then that's a completely different dynamic with Morales. Right. Exactly. And I really like that. That is cool in my book. Yeah. I love that, right?
And the way he died in that one, it was like, he did it.
Yeah.
Proving he did because like he protected who was it? Cap.
Exactly.
He took something that was meant for Cap.
Mm-hmm.
And before that they were talking about essentially like he wasn't, hero enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before. Like
he showed
He showed
everybody.
Up. Exactly.
Made like an ultimate
sacrifice. It was badass, man. And but the thing is, whenever you got these gigantic runs, dude,
Right.
It's either and
well, in any case, after Goblin Nation, he's gonna have to fix some shit.
Well, he's got an entire city to fix.
Yeah, he's gonna be telling people he's sorry for what he did.
To repair.
Relationships to end.
He got jobs to fix.
Is he gonna
companies
end
to run?
Anna Maria, dude, that poor broad doesn't know what's gonna come her way. Unless he wants to
fix this Mary Jane relationship. Because Mary Jane doesn't give a fuck.
Not probably ever.
It might not get fixed, but they're gonna address it.
They are gonna address it. Yeah.
You know they're gonna address it.
And like once they fix it all,
will he go back?
I just hope that they just evolve the character a bit.
Oh, okay. What were you talking about?
I mean, because this is the exact reason why
this arc right after Goblin Nation, he's just gonna be fixing everything that I did pretty much.
But you said will he go back? I was like, what are you talking about?
Will he go back to bullshit ass Peter?
See,
or can't fix nothing, Peter.
He has a lot of shit on his plate. I mean, he does.
Well, it's the exact reason why I'm pissed off about Wolverine right now, because Wolverine. They're trying to take him back to merciless killer Wolverine.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off because the Wolverine that he's evolved to now gave me much better stories and gave me a much better character. Yeah. Or a changing character. Right. And I like that. Mm-hmm. If you're going to try to take Wolverine back to...
some mindless drug.
Yeah, to just some mindless killer again, fuck that. I could really care less. It's like, because I don't want the same thing over and over and over again, you know? So if they're going to do that to Peter again, I'm just going to have to chalk this up to yet another arc that I just came in for Peter for a little while and I'll just leave again. Yeah, like just fuck it. You know,
like the death of all the spiders. Oh, cool, I'll read that.
Yeah, exactly. I'll jump in again to see if it's going to change. But then if it goes right back to the normal again, like,
Speaking of like Spider-Man in general, they're going to start focusing on the other Spider-Man.
The other Spider-Man?
Spider-Man 2099.
He's going to have his own.
Which I think...
That's cool.
And
so he's staying in the
staying.
That's cool.
He's staying?
Yeah, he was staying regardless because,
he can't go back. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's there to make sure his uncle or his grandfather...
And I'm cool with that. Like, I would probably even read that just to see a different character in the suit. Yeah, you know?
I mean, that's what I was saying.
That's why I was reading Scarlet.
I wanted to see it because I was like, Miles, I was like, all right, when are they going to do this?
Plus, he was a Houston-based
since he was there for the longest, and then, like, he just kind of faded out while they were doing a bunch of other stuff for Superior.
Yeah.
Since it's called Superior now, I'm like, fucking Spider-Man 2009.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, so, we're going to see how that goes.
That's cool.
And I'm like, you can finally see what he's doing in this present time, you know, man out of town.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, all right.
You know,
And the chick that's running Alchemax.
Liz Allen.
What's up with that mask?
You know,
yeah.
I really don't want to talk about it.
It's not Norman. I called it.
It is Norman.
No, it's gotta be Norman. It's gotta be.
Okay, if it's not it's a man.
It's gotta be. Yeah, it's gotta be a man, unless
Liz.
she's got like an actor doing it, which is possible.
This is the thing, like.
So okay, hold on.
Liz, it makes zero
sense.
sense.
It wasn't. So it's not Norman.
It is Norman.
It's not Norman.
But
she's calling all the shots. But she has somebody in the suit running around.
It's Norman.
No, it's not.
It's Norman.
I don't think it's Norman.
It is.
Well, okay. I don't know why I don't know why she's got the mask.
I don't know why that mask was out in the first place.
I don't know either.
It was literally just sitting out after she made the address, like to the public and everything.
There's the mask.
It was just sitting out there. She was like, "Oh wait, my son's here. Let me just put that because he doesn't."
And her son's name is Norman.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah.
Yep, Normie.
Yeah, Normie.
Good old Normie.
So, I don't know.
Bro,
maybe she's pulling the strings or something.
I don't know. I mean, Puppet Master, but it just like I said, it doesn't.
You don't know why she has a dog in the fight. In other words.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I don't know. Let's think about that for a second. Why would she have a dog in that fight? Why would she care to be in, or to destroy Spider-Man, as it were?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand. I didn't understand why. Like, what's her purpose?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It may just be there, honestly, to fuck with us.
I mean,
but
if the only thing I can think of, if it's not her running the shots, whoever's running the shots is running it from her place of business or her house or wherever the fuck the mask was.
That doesn't explain why the mask.
Yeah.
Somebody came in and just put. I mean, whoever was there had the masks there and forgot to put that bitch up.
Why didn't she do anything about it before the call?
Unless she's working with Norman from a business perspective.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Huh? You don't think she'd try to get in with whatever Norman is getting out of it?
From everything I literally have read, from Liz out way back when she was in high school with Peter, to now being Norman's ex-wife, she literally wants nothing.
Liz was Norman's ex-wife?
Not
Harry's ex-wife.
Yeah.
Wait, she's Harry's ex-wife?
Yes.
Okay, then that makes more sense to me. Actually, now that you said that.
Well, Liz, I mean, where do you think Normie came from? That's Harry's son.
I had no idea. I don't know. I did not know that.
She broke off the thing with Harry because
and Harry
Norman literally was sabotaging their life.
Yeah. He ended up remarrying somebody.
So what if...
If I'm not mistaken.
He tried to go after fucking... What's her name? And then Norman took her also.
I don't know.
The one that was masquerading as like the other goblin.
Yeah.
The chick.
Yeah.
So what if she's doing this to fuck over Norman somehow?
How?
I don't know. It's just
How
a
did she
theory.
do that?
Huh?
How?
Put his face on everything. Act like it's him.
Acting like she's him could really
because of the
bad.
fact that what happened with Roderick and Norman, that scar. You just don't.
About that scar.
That
man.
scar is no. You don't just not give a fuck about that scar. That scar is there for a reason. That is the glider imprint after he tried to smash Spider-Man. And he took that glider to the chest or the throat, the back, the stomach, whatever. He took that to the chest. Doesn't matter. Well, you don't replicate that.
You could though.
You can't.
Why can't you?
How could you replicate a deep scar?
Take a sledgehammer to the chest.
No. Technology is a mofo.
That is a specific scar that only one man has.
All right. Let's say it is Norman. No matter what, it's Norman.
Right.
She has a connection to Norman. We know this, right?
Right. She's part of his family. Extended family.
Yeah. So it's not far-fetched to say that she would be involved in all this somehow or another. If for anything for her husband.
So this is the question.
He still might be alive.
He is alive.
Yeah. Where the hell is Harry anyway?
Harry is hiding from his father.
Yeah, he left this.
Yeah.
He left the
all the more reason for her to fuck over
Bro, it's Harry. It's Harry and her. They're running the scene.
Harry would not even come back. There's no reason for Harry to even.
Alright, so hold on. My question is, do you think they're gonna tell us why in the next issue?
Yeah. Maybe. Either that or they'll have it as an underlining arc in Amazing.
Yeah. But it is going to come up.
You
gotta wait like
2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now. Yeah.
It's too goddamn long.
It is.
Because those shit come out.
It is. Yeah.
Except for Inhuman.
Inhuman. No, there's some other ones, I think.
Well, from Marvel?
Yeah.
I got Walking Dead to catch up on.
Magneto 2.
Yeah.
Moon Knight 2.
Magneto 2, Moon Knight 2. I'm read those.
Loki, Asgard 3. New Warriors 3.
Yeah.
What If, Ultron. What If, Age of Ultron. I'm gonna read it because I like What Ifs.
I mean, yeah, I do too, but like, I didn't read Age of Ultron.
I did. Did I?
I don't know. Did you?
Well, I'm reading the What If.
Alright.
So yeah, that would come out today. It's a lot more. I just it gives a fuck about the rest of the shit.
Probably something.
Inhuman.
Inhuman. Give me that.
No.
So I can see the rest since you want to name them.
I'm not on the page though. I was on my list that I wrote.
Okay. Whatever. Excuses.
I was on my list though.
Alright.
So yeah, I mean, dude. Yeah.
I need another sucker. DC didn't put out anything that's worth it.
Oh no, DC put out Sandman.
Well, yeah.
Vertigo.
Vertigo put out Sandman.
Well, Vertigo is DC's imprint.
Vertigo, you gotta get it right. There's DC, then there's DC Vertigo. You don't ever just say main versus DC is Vertigo.
It's technically the same company.
Only read Vertigo.
Technically
Vertigo
speaking,
can sell on its own. They
don't need DC technically.
Any movie things, TV shows we want to talk about?
Oh man, Shield.
I guess we're talking about Once Upon a Time.
Shield was nuts.
Shield, I don't know, because
ain't it the fight against Shield versus Deathlock?
Yeah, that's going on, but it also tied in heavily to Captain America, the new Captain America movie. Yeah, they had an entire scene from Captain America: Winter Soldier in the show.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
Why?
They had it in there.
Previewing my movie?
Yeah, that's how you do it. Oh.
Alright, so you know the scene where
in the elevator.
Fury's driving and he's telling whoever he's talking to on his headpiece to take me off the grid.
Yeah.
And then the Winter Soldier comes out and shoots that magnet bomb underneath his car and blows it up. That was in the show.
Oh no shit, huh?
As part of the storyline that's happening. So I mean they're like
so pretty much the show is taking place
at the same time. The exact same time.
They've been talking about they want to start combining everything.
Everything.
They wanna
I mean, hell, whenever Thor came out, they combined it at the same time too.
Yeah.
The timeline of events are happening at the same time,
Cool.
which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, watched the last season of the last show,
episode,
Walking Dead. That was glorious.
It was good.
What was it?
We talked about it damn near already.
Yeah.
Pretty much we talked about
the
it.
one with
The Terminus. Welcome to Terminus.
We talked about that.
The cannibals. We kind of like hinted at it
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I think.
Carl almost got raped.
Yeah, literally, right?
Yeah.
On fucking TV, bro. He almost got poked.
TV.
Yeah.
That should be coming up
Allegedly,
too in the
book?
comic. Yeah.
In the
In the comic.
Yeah,
I remember he almost got raped in the comic too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Or Eden, one of the two.
Yeah.
But it's one of those. I like that Rick is like morphine as a character, man.
Yeah, that was a real good one.
It's getting good.
He was like, "You're not about to rape my son, though."
Mm-hmm. Oh man, then he freaking bit that.
Would he have been like that before? Like, yeah, you gonna rape my son? Like,
Well, he was.
I mean,
in a sense, he was really calming down with shit.
Yeah.
Because Herschel, when they were showing all the backstories with him and Herschel in the farm or whatever, in the prison, and he was like, "You don't need to be fucking Sheriff Rick anymore. Like, you can just relax. Like, this is good times. You can relax. It's not good times.
Nah.
It's not good
it's
times.
never good times in that world.
So, we don't know where Carol, the baby, and Tyrese is.
And Tyrese is at him. No idea.
I swore they were closer.
Yeah, but
that was when they took that detour.
I haven't heard a damn thing from them.
The whole group's back, in a sense. They're captured, but in a sense they're all back.
Don't know what's happening.
Terminus is the city of cannibals.
Okay.
I mean, we don't know what Beth is.
She's been eaten.
I'll say she's still alive because I gotta hope. But
I could have swore I saw her bones in that pile that they had there.
A specific bone.
Yeah, that one bone.
Yeah,
man, it was a good issue.
Now I kind of figured the whole cannibal aspect whenever I saw, as soon as the episode before this one, whenever they walk into Terminus, she's cooking meat. Right? And my first thought is like, where the fuck are they getting all this meat? Because there's no cows around.
That makes sense too.
There was a lot of meat she was cooking.
Yeah.
And then whenever they were like guiding them through gunshots on how to go through, at one point they passed this blue tarp gated area.
Yeah.
And like on the blue tarp were all these human bones. And I'm like, something's up with that.
One of my classmates was telling me too. Obviously, a lot of people than just Rick's group has been going to Terminus. Where are these people at? Like, it just didn't make sense that...
Well, and that's my other thing. Okay, so I can only guess Tyrese and Carol's not there yet.
Yeah. That's my guess.
They're probably not there yet. Beth was abducted by somebody, but we don't know by who.
Who? Yeah.
And the poncho... Did that poncho belong to her?
Mm-hmm.
I know the riot gear belonged to Glenn, and the watch was Glenn's as well.
Yeah. But that poncho was hers.
But the poncho was hers?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I didn't know that. And then who else is in the group is left?
That's not there?
That's not there.
That's it.
Just Tyrese
everybody
and
else is there. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing, like, they've gotten all that meat from different groups over the years or months or whatever.
Meat though.
So it's kind of like whenever they first got there, it was empty. It's like, where's all these people? If Terminus is supposed to be sanctuary and for peace.
Yeah.
Like, just where are all these other groups?
Yeah, and that would have been my first thing. Is like, if I just saw one lady at a barbecue grill cooking, nobody else is around, my first thought would be like,
what's going
something's
on?
fucked up here.
What's going on?
Because there's signs all over the goddamn place. You know.
Since we got sleepers in this podcast, we probably go.
All right, I gotta head out anyways.
Contribute to the
you want to talk about Once Upon a Time?
No.
Okay.
I mean, like, you can give it a shot if you want.
No, not really.
Oh, okay. I guess you don't.
And on that note,
we'll
be here next
Everybody
week.
go read Furious. 2 weeks from now, also, go get your boy Iron Fist, get his own thing.